You know what it, 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 you know what it is. Oh, what it is. Can these bones live? Can these bones live? Can these bones live? You know what it is.
Go on the tempo like Joe and Sub, fighting trailers in like a diesel truck. Hamstring chariots. Giving you haters fist. We untouchable on that holy mountain. Face going like the sun, sipping them liver fountains. Blowing symbols and flutes to the maker. Yahweh most high almighty power, the creator. That's the Babylon is what we yelling. This is passed down Akeem and Daniel 7. Elijah, we rated fire. That's what was throwing down the sun. Only one witness required. Isaiah 43:11. The one beside him in heaven. Angelic men messiahs call my brethren. Soaring up, rising high, close to the sheep. This hot beat, our parables play on repeat. On his cheek high, first two harvest work. Sowing seed, now it's time to reach. On a mission from the Father to make the system topple with a hot beat of pit and the holy gospel.
Can these bones live? Can these bones live? Can these bones live? You know what it is.
Torah music, Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding. From dry bounce to Torah music, from dry bounce to Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding.
They won't roll high. They like the way I bring them to knock. Hardcore, heat rock. I got over a ton. Killing Philistines, nothing new under the sun. I'ma get done. I'm a damn leash. The top seats America go like the fourth beast. Priest, no more astrology or necromancy. It's a war party. Oh, the ashes dancing. You on the baiting. Going back and forth. I'm the hand that y'all shoot at. The king of north. You feel your lane stabbing me in the back. You want an autograph? I'm giving out dirt now. You can't claim you're not supposed to like us. We put here to serve, but just give it to the righteous. All this vanity, this is my land. You just a fan of rotten water, dead garbage can. You want my place high, on a holy mountain. Boy, stop, it's water deep. It's around me, I'm a fool high. Chosen by Yahweh, Curry, Turco's rule. The Tanakh is the truth, blowing symbols and flutes. Front and center at the temple light.
From dry bounce to Torah music, from dry bounce to Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding. From dry bounce to Torah music, from dry bounce to Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding. Round you, 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 round you,
Can these bones live? Can these bones live? Can these bones live? You know what it is.
from dry bounce to Torah music, from dry bounce to Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding. From dry bounce to Torah music, from dry bounce to Torah music. There's nothing you can do. The world is surrounding.
Can these bones live? Can these bones live? Can these bones live? You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is.
became a fire. Passion fever, 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 passion fever. We watching how they flow, slippery boots exposed, the way they losing control. Watch how they speak, tweak up their lines, drumming out the laws and the times. Try to find the dirt, the wizardry, winning lead, force of seal, we trapped in a hole. Wishing you never flew, just let it go. The slippery stakes seems the place to be, of course. It's a stereo flush, you got Rick Ross, killer for lost. Quincy at the boss, the Lucy's around. Just take no notes of this, right now this Chrissy Harrison's raw. Looking on a springboard of negligence, arrogance from the malls. Come around, puffing up your chest with your truth and your sound. Step down, the apes back in the building. Top cat and field in the yard. Why be the rules for all of y'all? Backslide to where you are, there you be, far from the tree where you supposed to be. I meditate inside of my thoughts, raising up standards where the truth gets tall. Now beg your pardon to y'all be calling. No distortion or no cautious falling, portions too high. Going hot and heat rocks medicinal. Faces of shame and the pain that find the truth of city's name now. Look at that, full of things start to blink to sing a ring force. So be a goddess form, all the force, for facts, spark in the flame with diligence, taking places ever evident, temple food for being relevant.
Let's see who's first on the list. Get your guts remember by this Taurus spit. Your gospel mothers, lies, and whores. I wouldn't have never even licked the floors. Your rats, your fake, talk about equal weights. You mocking your highway, you seal your fate. I'm cutting the grass on that ass. I'm about to put the demons all on blast. You stand for nothing, I'm coming. You scared your head of war drums coming. I'm walking the tour, but you confused. Cause your grandstand for YouTube views. Fake shalom and Satan with devils. I'd rather turn up with a shovel. Who you with? Let me know. I'm down in the bar, John and Mo. You like so? I gotta go. I stand in your name, cut my face and spite my nose. I got real nervous. Yeah, how I cut you. We told you all in service. Throwing rocks, hide your hands. You ain't fooling me. You crying and blood, told my begging for apologies. Yeah, I got you in the motion, slowly contortion. Maybe all you want, the right goes my portion. Ordered by your how you blessed my hands. You couldn't form a spread with a Kazillion grand. The latest all of these words, boy, he writes a ritual. It's scared because you see the potential. You raising your Howard's word like it's a game. He exposing you your weak, pussy lane. You don't want to fight, you're guilty, you want to hug. I gave you David said, let go these slugs. He said we set apart, show your love. Or don't go to the covenant with your blood. See the temple plus smoke is blood. Make King David see feast me like a glove. Praise the Howard, I made it roll the glass ceiling. My voice is sitting to the heavens, rising above your hurt feelings. You was nothing to tour like this though. All I am like right is high heat, here you go. I'm 40 years in the making, tried and refined. We can drink a precepts round the front line. Torn talk, first some stalk. You better say he was, I got the hot sauce. Oh Lord, please make change till stop. I'm the president, Jason, sitting listen to your own blog. You mad getting dressed, jealous and striving. What's coming in my eyes and any wrong my wife. Shout out to the woman who hate me. Coming at my children, hate that I have pee. In bottom type of all hard tree. You sell loads, that's why you come here with shit out ain't that weed. I will sit back, listen to your how as he speaks. He makes it clear you just wanna be me. Making toys rising like Eastern hot heat. While you burn in hell and misery home from a downfall. Passion tea. 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 Passion tea.
I'm getting in about 2 minutes, y'all. Give me about 2 minutes. Give me about 2 minutes.
TK Mafire!
I take what's mine and take some more. It rains.
This finally gotta go. Born again, and y'all drop me a beat, please.
It's only red, shake your hour, and it cries to the battle for eternal life is in the Torah, be the light, be the light. It's only red, shake your hour, and it cries to the battle for eternal life is in the Torah, be the light.
If you put your own game, Messiah already came. For those walking Sicilian, Yahweh hell in the place. Little homies go down, how about your broken break? It's pouring heat outside, I'm ready to sugar case. They dropping the popping heat, sidewalks and they stopping the sugar to the soul of the oak. Right in the righteous, Trey Tail. That's me, like Abraham rolling, one nigga. How you know he with me, freestyling on this high tempo. Now man David calls me his prophet, paranoid. What you call it? Cause it's no Roma, not for alcoholics. The kingdom is within while you waiting for Christ, and you are full stacking gold while I'm picking the phone. You can find my bones, pull from the 5 million white screaming, Yasharon, Shabbat Shalom, my king, Shabbat Shalom, my king. You can't see the temple, we got the gate locked from within. Back!
It's only red, shake your hour, and it cries to the battle for eternal life is in the Torah, be the light, be the light. It's only red, shake your hour.
Let's go. Let's get it. Hold on 1 minute, y'all.
Christ, the battle for eternal life is in the Torah, be the light.
I'm back again, you know what's up. Got my turban and showbread, plus my temper man up. 3rd degree complete with some, that's a number 7. My dog's hungry, let's eat, but please no 11. Pay homage, her nigga will wash your brain. I'm the ruler of this land, the Pharaoh gave me this chain. You was sweet and soft as a lollipop. It's out, watch out for the lollipop. Speaking to the Israelites who love the Torah and contrite. We take it long, short, far blast right, and killing all you Midianites. 6 days a week, a Torah night, and take a break on Sabbath, right? That's y'all. Heat rock. More people shout out to the flock. Why you mad? Fix your face. I'm taking your ass out. The second place, what I killed my fame. Now Allah, how you know my name? Now pop past the flame. Shabbat Shalom, Kingdom. Shabbat Shalom, my king. This party late only. The temple dwells within.
Just change.
Let's go! Hit that like button! Hit that like button! Burn Wit Turnt Tuesday! No blood raw! No blood raw! No blood raw! God damn it! I got you lit up and down like a seesaw! What's happening, baby? That's how you start a show off. What we got up in here? What we got up in here? I got some good information for y'all. Got some good information as usual. What we got? Hit that like. What's good, Corey Franchise 000? I see. I saw that earlier. I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate that a lot. I don't get much of that.
I don't need much of that, but I remember much of that. Hold on 1 minute. Thanks for that, 0000. That's what I made this channel for. That's all this channel's about, baby. Having fun and getting information out. I got a lot of good information for y'all. What's good for real? What's up, EMGG? You just burnt with Turnt. Y'all with burnt with Turnt. 1 minute. I got some information. Then we'll get to some roster talk. We get into these crazy roster updates. I don't know if any of y'all heard about Tamarion. Looking like he's at the or. He's not even at the starting position. Looks like he's at the or position. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Get my things together. Hit that like button, too, while you're at it. Hit that like button, please. Thank y'all. Look out for the love, y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Hit that like. Just give me 1 second to get my... Give me 1 second. And I see what's his face say he's watching from work. What's up, Ken Drip? Yeah, y'all gonna need me this season. Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Y'all gonna need me this season. Seems like y'all need me the last 4 seasons. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Let me turn my money on. I gotta eat now. I ain't doing this for free. I gotta eat. Let me turn my monetize on. All right, we good, y'all. Hit that like. It's your boy TURNTTALLY, the #1 no fan in the known universe. And if you think you know somebody better than me, you're doing this. Boy, stop. We are conquered over here. Let's go. Oh, DB in the house. We got 1 dub in the building. What it do, brother?
You know it.
What's up? What's happening, man? What's happening, man? I'm doing good, doing good like a Seminole should.
Man, just cooling, bro. Just cooling, man. I hope the No Nation holding on strong. You know it, bro. All day, man. All day.
Hey, we're gonna be talking about basketball when the season come around. We're gonna be digging up. We're gonna be digging more on that. We'll have a happier year with that. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure with that. Let me get this up. Okay, now.
Hey, man, when basketball season kick off, bro, everybody gonna get lit, bro. We all gonna get turned up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. Hey, get a smoke in if you want to. I'm smoking. It's Burnt with Turnt Tuesdays. If you want to smoke, go ahead. All right. Now, matter of fact, it's Burnt with Turnt, but I'll let you go ahead and get whatever you want to get off your chest. Go ahead. And I got some roster news to talk about. We can get into the roster, but you go first. Kick it off. You there? Hello? Let's see.
Well, I just want to say what's happening to the Noah fam, man. You know what I'm saying? We up in here, man. It's a Tuesday. I just had to pop in real quick, man. Get it. You know what I'm saying? Just get a few things off my chest, bro. I know everybody still pissed off about that lack of performance, you know what I'm saying, Saturday. But other than that, man, I just want to try to see if we can get some good news today. I really just showed up, you know what I'm saying, just like the people, man, to get inspired and to get my mind off of Saturday. So that's pretty much all I want to say, man. I'm here for a good time, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to get turned up with you, bro. So whatever you got, bro, I just feel in behind it. You know what I'm talking about?
I got you. You in the right place. For y'all want to get cheered up, y'all in the right place. All right. Now, let's look at the roster. We'll go to the Honey Fried Chicken Chat. Hit that like button. You on Burnt with Turnt Tuesdays. I'm going to be doing more NFL. So look out for that. I'm going to be doing Thursday night NFL. Well, not Thursday night, Monday night. Well, whenever I'm free. Because I know I got shows with One Dub. And I'm going to definitely be doing Sunday nights. Sunday nights I'll be doing. So it's a good way of meeting new people on here and stuff. So all that boring YouTube stuff. So I ain't going to bore y'all too much. All right, let's see.
let's get to the roster. It's been some roster changes. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna play the song for you for that donation. Just give me 1 minute. I wonder how other college football. Give me 1 minute to get to this damn roster. Also, we're gonna talk about Odell. It's been some rumblings about Odell now. These are like, and these aren't like just rumors. I'm gonna show y'all. It's been some rumblings. People not happy with Odell on this defensive line for the past few years. And then I think recruiting is starting to take a hit too. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this roster. Hold on. I just gotta find it in the chat. Facebook, man. Come on. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Here's the depth chart. All right. Let me talk with the chat first, and I'll get back to it. Oh, okay. So I'll play Norville at the end. I want to see that, Mr. H.A. Double. Nobody like Aslan anyway. We already know about that. So what's up, Island Boy? What's up, Carla? I still believe in Norville too. I just want fairness. That's all. I know Norville gonna be fine. It's gonna be another 2 years. He's gonna need 3 years. What's okay, Grant? Thanks, Grant. Plays for Grant. Thank you, Grant. Matter of fact, let me play the other one because YouTube messing my money up when I play that too much. Let's go. This for Grant. Thanks for the donation, baby. No blood round. Oh, there you go. Let's go. Let's go. I see you. Whatever, I can't rap to that. Thanks, Grant. Thanks for the donation, man. All right, here's the projection, y'all. Here's the roster. I think I got too many windows up. Okay. Let me remove that. And let me put FSU's depth chart up. Hold on. Stop screen, share screen. Depth chart. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. Read the turn. What's good, Drip? Grant says we need your turn this season. Keep me from crying. Yeah, I read all that. Okay, what's up? Okay, here we go. Now, can I enlarge this? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but I can't move it. Okay, so we got James Blackman, the quarterback. Hopefully, Chubb will come back. He's in good shape. They say Chubb was on his way back. And we need him more than ever. You got tailback. You got LaDamian Webber, Todd Philly. It looks like we all know Todd Philly's our best back. We all know that. Let's get real now. We know Todd Philly looked the best out there. And he a true freshman, right? He that light button, people. Right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. If you look at receiver, it says Ontario Wilson starting over Tamari and Terry. It says or. Now, it's smoke going around currently that Tamari and Terry and Marvin Wilson might be opting out. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm just going to put that out there. It's very good chance that Marvin Wilson and Tamari and Terry might be opting out. And this, where there's smoke, there's fire. Terry Wilson starting. And I tell you what, I've said this for the past, I know y'all have heard me say this. No, I said Helton was our best receiver. I said Helton was our best overall receiver, but I said Terry Wilson has the best hands. So Terry Wilson was just about to bust out, if y'all remember, before he got injured. Yeah, Todd Philly's our best back. Look like, where in the hell is Corey Wren? I don't think Corey Wren's ready, but I know what you're saying. Just throw him out there. We ain't looking good anyway. Might as well put him out there. Get him some reps, right? That's what I'm saying. Where's Corey Wren? So I just wanted to bring that out. Everything else, let's see. Any shakeups? Helton, McDonald. I don't see any other shakeups, even offensive line. Blah, 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 blah. Kickers fine.
Travis J. Okay, injury update. So everything else staying the same. Look like, right? I don't see any difference in anything else. Kane Doe, Wilson. Okay. Now, as far as injuries go, we Travis J. is questionable. He's probably back. He's nothing serious. Robert Cooper, nothing serious. So the only positive thing out of that game is that it wasn't many injuries. What you say it's not Odell Hagen's fault that the D-line isn't getting in the penetration to get to the quarterback. He can lead in the water, but he can't make them drink it. Yeah, that's true. It's not me saying this. It's not even a fan saying this. These are like the podcasts that like I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play some of the so-called experts. They saying this. It ain't me saying this. I think the whole staff should be like under investigation, in my opinion. It's not good, man. Even if we got lack of talent, we shouldn't be looking at bad. Even with the COVID virus, we shouldn't be looking at bad. The short practice. We're gonna get into that. But it's Odell, and we know Coach Fuller, he got to be under some kind of hot seat, right? Right? Let's go to, okay, yeah, they would say that. Right, yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. No, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Hit that like button, people. All right, let's go to On the Bench podcast, right? We're going to get into that. We'll get into some podcasts. Also, stick around. I got some good Big Game James video. Big Game James on the Sports Den had a lot to say. He had a lot to say about the game. It's pretty good. Just stick around for that. We'll get after game stuff. Let's have some fun, y'all. Let's go to projected depth. Let's have some fun. All right, where we at? All right, FSU. Let's have some fun. All right. So first one, just a few projected depth chart. What is it? On the Bench podcast. On the Bench podcast. Hit that like button, people. Show some love. Fuller is terrible. That's the defense only rushing 3 corners, playing too soft. Yeah, I didn't agree with that either. They're gonna talk about this all in the podcast. Say, yeah, rushing 3, playing back, giving too much cushion. I thought we were going back to a 4-man front, right? That's when we played our best defense, 4-man front, right? I know. Our offense was better last year. At least we were able to, we put up about 23 points a game last season offense. We had a bunch of square pro-style players in trying to put square players in circle, like the blocks in circles. Welcome back, One Dub. Welcome back. So you try to put the squares and triangles and circles, and we still averaged 23 points. And we had Blackman and Hornibrook every game. They were worse.
And they was back there running for their life.
Yeah, and we still put up.
And they was putting up more points.
Bro, we would put up about 35-40 last season on this Georgia Tech team this year. We would put
easy,
about 35.
man. Easy, bro. Man, we would have had 30 the first half, bro. I mean, just think about it. Last year, bro, we jumped off on teams quick. It's just that second half we kind of stalled out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, like even with that Swiss cheese offensive line, they were still dropping 20 to 30 on people with no problem. So I don't understand why we can't move the ball. Well, we move the ball. Why can't we score? You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be a year better, a year more mature, a year stronger, faster, all that good stuff that they talked about in the offseason. But we can't score? Come on, man.
All right, y'all. Let's get into it. This will be interesting. Here we go. I ain't gonna play too much of this stuff. I'm gonna see if y'all want to hear it. But we'll see.
That kind of takes away from
it's interesting.
Average. But beyond that, I can't figure out what the heck they were trying to accomplish on defense. It's probably that because Miami just did whatever the hell they wanted for the first, 2 quarters plus. So that kind of takes away from the very of a game plan. But I legitimately watched it multiple times and still don't clearly know what they were trying to accomplish on defense.
I thought King, that was one other thing that stood out to me, is like the longs, and Miami just kept converting.
Sorry, y'all.
There's one of the analytic websites, I'm blanking on the name right now, had Miami converting on 60% of their passing downs. The national average is about 30%. So you're talking about like
Sorry, y'all.
second and long, obvious passing downs. So schematically, like it got Miami where you want them. You've got Eric King in a position where he has to throw the ball and take away some of his athleticism and the threat of RPO, play action stuff, rollouts, all those kind of things. And it didn't matter. Eric King was cerebral. He was calm and poised in the pocket, and he just found soft spots in the zone consistently against Florida State. He picked them apart early on in the game, and Miami got some momentum, and the defense just couldn't respond because, again, it's not talented enough right now, or it's not coached well enough, one or the other or both, to really make up for any of the deficiencies. And it just was glaring to me on how bad Florida State needs competent quarterback play, because it makes such a big difference when you have someone who can get you out of a bad position. Florida State doesn't have that, and that was evident to me as well on the rewatch. A good quarterback makes such a big difference.
Yeah, and just last point for me on the defense as a whole is I didn't feel like they tried to get after King, which I'm fine with because he can burn you really bad if you do that. But at the same time, I didn't feel like they were very good in coverage. I felt like they were kind of soft in coverage again for the second straight game. You know, I couldn't figure out what were they trying to take away. They weren't very good against the run. It was one of those games where usually you expect a team, you're trying to make them a passing game, you're trying to take away the run, or you're trying to allow them to run, or keep everything in front of you. I just couldn't figure out what FSU was trying to accomplish. And it's because they played so poorly. I mean, I'm sure it was actually a plan. It just wasn't executed to any level, and that's because linebacker play, especially from the starters, was particularly bad. Leonard Warren, Emmett Rice, to Kalen Brooks, especially McCray, all four of those guys at those positions struggled. Defensive line, again, did not get home.
Go back and watch the safeties, too, if you want to get...
Yeah, and no part of the defense is good. Bernardo Green graded out well, and, I saw that it's based on PFF grade. But I went back and watched it, he didn't play that well, in my opinion. There were very few guys on defense that I was content.
Looks like the excuses for Marv done ran out.
Yeah.
All the excuses are gone with.
People want to see results, man. They tired of all this hype, all this talk.
Yep.
But yet no quarterbacks are getting touched. We need to see some quarterbacks getting touched.
Right. Got to see it. Man.
And with how they played Murray Gaynor, bad face match, but other than that,
Gaynor played well.
Would be tackled things that came his way, but he didn't make any plays that didn't come his way. That's always a concern. And that's sort of what he is at this point, I feel like.
Asante Samuel
Asante was fine.
But he missed 2 tackles because he's trying to strip the ball and make a big play. He's forcing things. Josh, you can tell we're not – the rewatches weren't really kind to Chris or I.
Well, the result didn't change. I mean, you guys just kind of watched it with a more critical eye, so I wouldn't expect it. But my question to Chris is, now what? Like, we've heard the word movement. We heard it with Willie. We're hearing it now. But what does a youth movement actually look like?
Well, I don't know that you can go full bore youth movement. I know everybody and their brother wants that, and I don't think it's the worst idea. You need to
said that during with Willie Taggart. Yeah, as well.
But you can ruin guys, and that's always my concern. But I know you can't play scared, basically. But if you go full youth movement, you're going to have a freshman quarterback in there with a freshman running back potentially. And when the ball isn't in the hand of that freshman running back, he's going to get a freshman quarterback killed at some point. And that's just the natural order of playing guys who are inexperienced in game situations. So that's sort of why I worry about that. But do I think they should? Sure. I mean, it's exhibition season at this point.
Why the hell not?
Thank you. I'm with Buddy. Whoever said that, I'm with him, cuz. Like, what you got to lose, man?
I want to go back and check this. They have 3 2019 players starting on the offensive line from the left side to center, and the left side was the side of the line that was exposed on Saturday.
So we don't see a great influx of young players.
Those guys are working through it right now on that side of the ball.
Dante Lucas has to mature. First and foremost, before anything else, he needs to mature. His inability to handle things when his attitude gets the better of him.
Yeah, he's a hothead. He is a hothead.
You just can't do it. You have to play better. And Darius Washington had a fairly bad game.
I'll pause on that. I'll pause on that. I'll pause on that. Go ahead. He got the right fire that we missing, but he needs to know how to learn how to focus.
How to harness it. Yeah, how to harness it, man.
Right.
That's it.
Do it during the whistle. I mean, before the whistle, do it during the play. Do it during the play, just like Tamari Terry. Tamari Terry is the toughest guy between play call, between the plays, between reps. Toughest guy. He'll fight you. He'll choke you. He'll push you. But then, why don't you do it live? You know, during live action.
Yeah. Heck yeah. You got to, man.
That's weak sauce, man. Anybody can like push somebody when their head turn. Anybody can do that. Do it when they looking at you.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. God damn.
His highs were good, actually. There were some good moments there, but the up and down part of his game needs to be corrected.
And it wasn't symphony. You know, when Pope's playing bad, Washington's probably going to struggle. And when Washington's playing bad, Pope's going to struggle. And when you're both playing bad, well, hell, then half the line is not playing well at all. So that's where they were. I mean, it wasn't very good at all. Cam McDonald was a bright spot on the offense. So Philly, we can throw in.
That's 2 games in a row for Cam McDonald.
Yeah, he looking good.
Do we ever get to see Davion Johnson?
I knew he was good. I told y'all that.
I know what he's gone through.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for Cam. Yeah, he real good. He gonna blossom real well. He gonna come up. Don't be surprised if Cam McDonald get like he a 3rd round, 2nd round draft pick in a couple years. Don't even be surprised because this offense is made for guys like him. That's why
they use him. Yeah, as long as they use him in the right way, bro, he's gonna be a high draft pick, man. He should be one of the features in the offense. I don't know why they keep forgetting about him.
Yeah. My wife just busted in. I heard you. Yeah. The Cam McDonald, yeah. He gonna be a 2nd round, 3rd round.
Yeah, man. And freshman or not, man, Toa Philly should be starting or at least split the carries, like not get a portion. Like he needs to be out there. You know what I'm saying? He went to my high school.
Really? Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only reason I wanted him. But I didn't know he was this good.
I didn't expect him to be this good, but the way the players was talking about him, that's one player that nobody lied about. They said he was the real deal. They said he's the truth. You can see it as soon as he touches the ball.
Right. He got to start. He got to start. The fans done saw it, coach. Too late. He got to.
Yeah, man. As soon as he got in the game, man, he got a 1st down. I'm like, wow.
He got a first.
He made that look easy.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. I was like, oh, so that's what football looks like at FSU. Okay, cool. Because up until that point, it didn't seem like we was out there playing no football.
God damn. All right, here we go. Let me see. Where we at? God damn.
Thomas Schrader, Brady Scott, and those guys are all younger than.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, do we go to Schrader? You know, I don't know if Schrader's ready yet.
I don't know either. And that's the up and down of the whole
Brady Scott thing. I mean, but I've seen Brady Scott, you know?
In a case like a baby on a guy who, from an attitude standpoint, I don't think any of us would say he's a bad weight on a team in the sense of having a crap attitude.
Right.
Babion's issue is he does things before snap a lot of times that are sort of inexcusable for a guy with his level of experience and practice and being around a team. So I don't know if you fully move on from him, but I do think you sensibly wrote.
All right, let me go a little further. Let me fast forward. We ain't gonna listen to this whole damn thing.
I do think
fast forward.
Cut it and have acted like since the game should be.
The issue with that, Chris, I think your point is a very good one.
Hold on. Here we go.
It includes his first signing class too. The signing classes have not been what FSU standards should be. So from a talent perspective, you'll find out whether Lawrence Toafili is someone that can be a sustainable, really good running back because he showed glimpses of it. But I think you get exposed for what this is, which is that FSU doesn't have the talent, especially from the middle of the roster and getting to the bottom of it. And now apparently to the top of the roster too, based on the first 2 games. But the talent, I think, gets exposed to a full-on youth movement.
And when we talk about a youth movement, we got to also talk about vets getting benched. So do we see a significant shift in some of these veteran guys getting told to take a seat?
Well, I think you move on at quarterback. I mean, I think everybody's seen enough there through his career starts in the first 2 games of the season to know that is a position where it's probably time to just go ahead and move on. And I don't believe Tate's the answer at that position right now, but he's the only one that could play in that game. If Chuba's back healthy, you see what you got there. You see if that gives you a shot in the arm. More than anything, this team needs an injection of guys capable of making a play, some positive attitudes, some ability to steer into the sun when things are going bad, which this team hasn't been able to do in years. And you just kind of maybe keep rotating and figure out who can do that, because James Blackman can't do that.
Do you want to keep going into quarterbacks? Because I have thoughts on.
Well, I think I said
no. We'll get to quarterback here in a minute. But what other positions? I mean, obviously.
So why for Josh? Can we,
Marvin Wilson and Tamari Terry. Two guys that are highly underachieving this year, high expectations. Supposedly they return turning down high draft grades. Either has made a play, right? Has either really even made a play in 2020?
Tamari Terry did not have a reception on Saturday. Correct. He had a run for -4 yards. Now his knee is bothering him. Marvin Wilson gets ejected. He also
tackle for loss.
I don't think he definitely didn't have one the other day. I don't think he had one against Georgia Tech. But no, they've both been relatively unimpactful.
I mean, who else is there really besides these two that fans are concerned about?
I don't need to see Warner running into the back of fellow defenders again. Give all those reps to Steven Dix Jr. at this point. Let him feel through the growing pains. DJ Lundy too. I go ahead and give him 10 snaps in a game just to kind of see what you have with that. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, it's tough. Like at defensive end, like J-Rob just looks overwhelmed at times. But are you just going to give those reps to you give it to Josh Griffiths then, and because he's going to have his ups and downs. You have Deontay Williams, who looked okay against Georgia Tech. He got washed out a ton against Miami. So
I tell you one thing, we got to have Chuba back to win some games, man. We got to have Chuba back, period. We ain't going to win no games on Blackman. He'll have us over.
Yeah, man.
So Chuba needs to be rushed back.
I don't know what the answer is at defensive end. You don't have a whole lot of great options right now. I'm trying to think of other positions here. I mean, safety. I don't know.
Warren Thompson's another guy that people would mention, even though he's not technically as veteran as some others, but he's been given an opportunity and had a ton of drops in game 1 and didn't block, didn't do much of anything effectively in game 2, and certainly had a pouty face.
The freshman receivers, I will say, blocked well, even before garbage time, like when Brian Robinson was rotated in. He at least was given an effort to block. So go ahead and keep giving those guys at bats and try to let them work through it. Like Chris said, not 100%. You don't start them necessarily, but you get them into the rotation a little bit earlier. I think that's important to do and see what you have with those guys. Podier looked good, right? In a couple of reps later on, Kenshon Podier looked
in garbage time.
Garbage time. Yeah. It's so tough to judge. I know I listened to the podcast on
limited reps, but graded very high in those limited reps.
And it is garbage time, so you're going against Miami's backups too. But still, you're going with guys who are showing you something. That's all.
Real quick though, because I see a lot of people in here that's like, a little down. I can sense it. I can feel your energy in here. I can tell. But I tell you this, go ahead. I'm gonna drop a video tomorrow. My usual funny video. You'll feel better, I promise you, after you watch it. Just watch it. I have you laughing, and you'll realize it ain't that bad as it seems. You know what I'm saying? You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh through life. So I'm gonna get y'all laughing tomorrow. Y'all just watch. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. Same time, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. I usually do 6 p.m. around there.
Yeah.
Look out for it, man. I'll have y'all laughing. That's what I do. All right, here we go.
What we're trying to figure out right now is who has a pulse, who gives a shit. That's what you're really looking for. Is who cares?
Like people would want to move on from Devontae Love Taylor potentially because he's a veteran, but no, you can't. You can't. One, because you don't have enough bodies to throw out there, and two, he actually, I believe, graded the best of any O-line for FSU, and he actually graded pretty damn well.
And let's face it, he's coming back next year.
If he does,
starting on this all.
Yeah, if anything, to me, he's a building block because one, I think he has the right attitude. He's displayed that sense of survival here. And 2, he can play.
We fast forward. I got the timestamps. You almost
earlier for as a starter. I thought he ran pretty hard on Saturday. I had no issue.
He had a better game. Yeah. I agree.
You talk about Corbin.
It was really like some of the runs that they set up with the counters and
they talk about Corbin.
Yeah.
I mentioned safeties earlier on the other side of the ball. Brendan Gant at least flashed at me. Now he's still going to take some bad angles. I saw that on Saturday. He wasn't. He at least is physical. He at least is to fly in there and try to make a play, and that is different than what we've seen at the safety position. Like Travis Jay wasn't. He left the game with an injury. Travis Jay wasn't particularly physical to me on Saturday. Lars Woodby just looked a little slow. He just doesn't look like he's an impactful player. So I'm all for trying to rotate things around and figure it out and see what you have at the back end of the defense as well. Maybe Hampson will come back soon, and that'll help things a little bit.
We might not have all the answers for fixing this season, but you know who does have all the answers, Brendan?
All right, hold on. He's doing a joke. He's doing a joke.
Let's keep the show going. I'm going to give you this, Brendan, since you have been the GM.
I think that was happening in prep Tate Rodemaker. There were some good. There was quite a bit of bad.
People were just excited to see anyone,
right?
All right. Let's not give Tate all the credit.
But I do have a narrative that I do want to at least address here with him, and that's you can break them before you make them with a freshman quarterback. Chris kind of mentioned that with freshmen in general, and that's and that's exactly the point I want to make, Josh. Is people are going to look at James Blackman and what happened with him. Well, James has had pretty much everything that could have gone wrong for him in his career. It's gone wrong. The one difference that I'll say with him versus the situation, either Tate Rodemaker or Kevin Quinn would be if they had to play as true freshmen and have more expanded roles.
Now notice they didn't blame Blackman the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They didn't blame Blackman the last 2 years. They blamed the coach.
It's all about the coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like they protect him.
Coaching staff here isn't halfway checked out. Right, Mike Norvell's in it for the long haul. Right now, financially, Kenny Dillingham is going to be here throughout the rest of the season, and presumably longer than that too. Situation was so untenable.
Because we can't afford nobody else.
Because Randy Sanders had a countdown calendar of when his season was over. Jimbo Fisher was negotiating contracts with Texas A&M. But like the guys who had their
Walt Bell couldn't wait to get out of
the next. So James had so much inconsistency around him that helps explain why he hasn't developed. You at least will have a system with the coaches, with the adults, with the professionals, people getting paid to do this will be a more tenable situation.
They saying Jimbo Fisher tongue in cheek. You see that?
Yeah.
I was making a joke a few days ago on the live. I said, is Jimbo Fisher in the Illuminati? Why are they so scared to say his name?
Yeah, why they won't just call him out?
Yeah.
They trying to dance around it.
What you say?
They trying to dance around it?
Yeah, like Jimbo will get your ass.
Huh.
It's like they scared of Jimbo. It's weird.
Than what James Blackman has had.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to see Trevor Purdy. I think I said it on Saturday night, Sunday. I think he brings the best mix of the other skill sets. And, I think they need to have a bunch of those skill sets out there. They need to have the ability to take off and go. Jordan Travis said some of his best runs against Miami were because of pressure, and he went. I think there was one or two where he is in the pocket and then he decides he needs to go and he has successful games. You can also obviously do design runs with somebody who's an effective rusher, which Tate is not. And the arm, from what I understand, is plenty good. So,
all right, here we go. Here we go with the coaching staff, y'all. Hold on.
That'll be Senone's breaking point.
Now they're going to talk about the coaching staff a little bit right here for about 2 minutes.
We've demolished this roster up and down. We've torn it to pieces, but we haven't really talked about this coaching staff. I don't know if we're giving
Okay, let me pause these.
But I want to turn these.
Here we go. Now, this is the part where they talk about Odell Higgins. This is the part of the title of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm just reading these comments right now. Basically, it all turned to be down for a while. Miami, Florida, even Clemson went through it. It finally caught up to us. The bad part is I don't know if we'll ever be a top powerhouse again. Yeah, that's a good gripe. But hopefully we can build out of it. We can build out of it. We've never been here before in my lifetime. That don't mean we can't get out of it. We in a hotbed of talent, man. Norvell's on the right path as far as quarterbacks go, which I think is the most important position of recruiting. People say the trenches. People say the trenches. I'm like, we had the perfect trenches in Florida State for like Jimbo. Ever since he was at Florida State, we had great trenches, but we didn't get no national championship until Jameis Winston came. So I think quarterback's the most important position, and then maybe defense, then maybe offense and defensive line. But as far as recruiting for that, Norvell is doing top notch. As far as he's got a blue chip rod or tackle. He getting the top quarterbacks in the country that Alabama want. So we getting quarterbacks, we get the tight end, and we gonna get Trench. I ain't even if we gonna get good Trench right away. But if you got a good quarterback, elite will hide up 1,000 deficiencies on your team. Believe me. So we on the right. Hey,
you know what else?
Huh?
You know what else a good quarterback will do for you, man?
What's that?
He will attract other recruits.
Right.
They want to come play with him. So you're going to get some linemen. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got a good quarterback. Nobody want to come play with somebody that they know they just wasting their time blocking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No lineman wants to do that. Like you want to bang your head against the wall just so he can throw the ball to the ground. That's not what O linemen want to do. So, you know what I'm saying? Once we get a competent figure back there up under center, behind center, however they want to phrase it, you'll see a whole lot of more change.
Hey, in real talk, it don't even matter how our recruiting class looked this year. It don't even matter how bad our team looked this year. Our 2022 class is going to be lit because we got Nico Marchiol coming down the pipe. Yeah, have y'all seen our 2022 class? Look at the 20. You'll put a smile on your face. Look at the 2022 class, and you'll be fine. Because these players want to come. Like one dub just woke me up to that. I forgot about that. Nico Marchiol, them players gonna want to play with that kid. Trust me, they gonna follow Nico. That boy is a dog. He's a leader. I don't care what his ranking. I don't care what his rankings is. He's a leader. And that's what Norvell got coming down the pipeline. We just gotta wait and go through the hard knocks, man. That's called rebuilding. All right. Like I always said, just rebuilding, man. Okay, here we go by the coach staff.
Attention to the coaching. I would say Adam Fuller is probably taking the most heat right now for the defense, the way that they've performed. I mean, giving up half 100 to Miami in game 2 of the season.
I told you guys that Charles Kelly wasn't that bad 3 or 4 years ago. No one listened to me.
Oh man.
We hit a little bit on it, but what about this coaching staff and the job that they're doing? Just as a whole.
Hit the like button.
Criticism comes with the job, and I think it's certainly fair with the production, the way they played in 2 games. There's things that are better, not a ton of them, but there are things that are better, so I want to give due credit there. But defensively, I've struggled to truthfully understand what they're trying to accomplish in 2 games, and some of it's personnel on the roster, so I need to accept that. But I don't know. I think
said something similar when Harlan Barnett was here.
I know. I think the coaching staff, the proof with them will be more how do they go about trying to establish what they're trying to do with this program. I think it's more
maybe
long view in the short term.
This might not be the part with Odell. This might be the wrong podcast, but I'll be playing it later on though. Anyway, I might have mixed them up, but it's one that gave some reasons why they think Odell is going to get fired.
And then the short view right now. So I think it's more, are they going to?
And it made a little bit of sense.
Make a youth movement. Are they going to keep moving pieces around and try to find something that fits
Thanks, Bob.
Maximize what they do have. I don't think the roster's any good. I mean, I think people understand that if they heard me talk about it enough. I don't think it's a good roster. I think I said in the preseason, I thought it was one of the worst rosters that FSU had had.
So then going off of that,
what they especially have to do is recruit. They need to recruit their asses off. If we're going to be perfectly honest, FSU's not going to get out of the hole they're in unless they make a better roster. And the key to a better roster is recruiting and maximizing what you have in the portal, as well as developing what you have on the roster.
So one of the issues on the defensive side of the ball, though, is the lack of talent. Do you think that yet another staff came in here, especially on defense, and underestimated what they were stepping into? Because we didn't see them linebacker. The way that they pursued offensive linemen and tight ends. I think they thought they were okay at those positions.
Well, I mean, they went and got Lundy at linebacker. I think they like the young linebackers they have.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think Chris Marvin is satisfied with what that room is becoming and what they're also bringing in this next class. Mm-hmm. Secondary, everybody loves to say it has talent. And I do think it has talent. It obviously needs to play better. We've also not seen Miko Dodson, which they brought in to help that group as well. The issue is they didn't bring a true pass rusher. They thought they had a good defensive tackle group. On paper, they did. Mm-hmm. They didn't bring in a true pass rusher. I guess on Kango, but
they tried to get the kid from Youngstown.
But they didn't get him. Shut up. Why they crying for the coaches and stuff, man? Why they crying and apologize? What's all that about? They failed. Get over it. All right.
Yeah, but Cam's only got to scare teams so much.
He wasn't even what I were you just
We're almost done.
Especially Bubba Bolden in the secondary. You had Quincy Roche coming off the edge. You had Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips had the interception, correct?
Yeah.
I think you're talking about something else. Okay, all right, let's go to Big Game James, y'all. This will be good. This will be good. I didn't even watch it yet. I watched a piece of it. I'm like, oh, I'll put this on my show. Big Game James was like, please use it. I said, I'm gonna use it. I said, I'm gonna use this on my show. He said, please use it.
Oh yeah, I know this gonna be good, man.
It's gonna be good. I ain't watched. It's gonna be my first time watching. Okay, hold on. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like. Hold on a second. All right, let me share the screen. Let me share the screen 1 minute. Let's see, there it is. All right, he goes something. Hold on. I took off the sounds. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what. Let's check out the chat real quick. Hit that like button, people. Man, they're really running bull on that podcast. They talked about Charles Kelly like a dog. They even said stuff like your $500K and just go. With that being said, Charles was horrible. Charles was bad, but they were just saying that he wasn't as bad as Fuller. I think Fuller does look worse. I don't know. But Charles Kelly had a whole lot of talent, boy. Charles Kelly had first round, second round, third round, all through the roster, like proven talent. And he still choked a lot of games away. Something is definitely up with Odell. When I see every coach put him get interviewed, yeah, I think Odell about to get it. I'm gonna play some more podcasts where they're gonna talk about that later on. What's up, Brandy? Mike Stoops and Pruitt was the last defensive coaches that made a difference. Yeah, Pruitt should be our head coach right now. He should be our head coach, but he couldn't keep his thing in his pants. So that's why. But he would be our head coach. Ain't no doubt in my mind. He was the best coach. He was way better than Jimbo. He the real deal. Look how he doing Tennessee over there. What if Odell wants to help with Deion Sanders? Leads to help. He would. You know, Deion gonna get him, bro. Yeah. Deion gonna scoop him up. Yeah, it looking like he's gonna get fired, y'all. This might be his last year. He's the new scapegoat now. So now y'all see how the
This game is dirty, y'all. Florida State having some issues, man. It's a dirty game. All right. Let's see what Big Game James say here.
There was less penalty.
Let me turn this up so y'all can hear it clearly. It's gonna be good. Here we go. Hit that light. What's that popping sound? Okay.
Penalties?
No, there wasn't. Way more.
It looked like last year.
Thank you. At least you know what you're honest. You're honest.
I was gonna say.
You're honest. But everybody's at least it looks organized. So what? You lost 52-10. You know what? If a guy has to line up backwards to get a positive play, line your ass up backwards. I'd rather that.
Whoa.
Like, don't wrap me dog doo-doo in a Christmas box and tell me it's better.
Right.
It's still dog.
I can line up trash cans along the street. It looks organized.
Right. I remember somebody used that on me when I said we was averaging 23 points a game on the chat on the comment board. So I said we would have won the first one of the first two games last year's team and coach team.
Yeah.
We would have scored more points than 10. We would have scored more than 10 against Miami last week. We averaged 3 touchdowns with James Blackman and Hornibrook in an offense that didn't even fit the players. So then some people be like, oh, well, we look god awful because we had players lined up backwards. But I'd rather have that and have more points on the board. Don't just use, you know what I'm saying? They ain't talking about Taggart's first game last season. If you match up the first two games of Norvell and Taggart, so now everybody trying to say we have less talent than what Taggart had. That's the new argument right now. I don't know if you heard that. That's the new.
They said we got less talent.
Yeah, Taggart had more talent, so he benefited from Jimbo Fisher, right? Right. Yeah, that's the new apologist thing now. Right. What's up, William? What's up, Will? Okay, here we go. Let's get back to it. I can't wait to watch this. I haven't even seen this yet. Here we go.
Now, guess what? It's still Trey.
Here we go. You know what? That is a breath of fresh air. You are a guy who's going to benefit when our program one day turns around. But I'm gonna tell you this the truth.
Right.
And Mike got 4 years, maybe even 5. I'm not on the 5. You can't fire him.
4 though.
You can't. We can't afford to fire him.
Oh, literally.
We literally can't. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm not on the fire train because I know we can't do it,
bro.
We're looking at people thought the lost decade. They thought the lost decade was bad. People talk about Jeffrey Bowden. Jeffrey Bowden never did that. Jeff Bowden put up 27. Should have won. It wasn't Jeff Bowden's fault that Florida State lost in 02. It was actually Mickey Andrews, the legend's fault that we lost because we couldn't get one stop.
Y'all need to do one of those things like the companies do where they file for bankruptcy.
Like somebody else comes in.
Dude, yeah, y'all need to sell
fires.
18 million to William Jerome Taggart, 23 if you had the first year. I don't know. I think Mike is getting paid like 20 or something like that.
No, he gave $1 million back. Remember?
Okay, get $2 million back. But anyways, we're looking at all these numbers right here. We're looking at all these numbers. You could have just built the indoor practice facility and paid Candy to leave. It kept Jimbo.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, with all this money that we're spending,
you could get Jimbo to come back.
All these guys, I don't know if I want him not to be tainted, but like all this stuff that we're talking about that it looks better is loser talk. Is loser blood.
Right.
And you're comparing it to Tag, and that's not the standard. And Mike knows he's not comparing himself to. The coolest thing about all of this is the coach himself is telling people, hold me accountable. And what is everybody doing? Oh, well, we didn't have a spring.
Reverse psychology.
We didn't have a spring. We didn't have this. Let me tell you about
it. Are people really is the fan base in general making excuses for Mike? Wow, I didn't expect that, honestly.
They're losing. It's loser blood.
A drubbing on Saturday.
You got beat by your rival 52-10. One of the worst ass whippings in the rivalry history. And you're saying at least they look organized. Y'all let y'all children get bullied and beat up. My mama,
Let me tell you, when I got my ass whooped when I was 5 years old, by
He
my
must have
mama,
been watching Jeff Cameron.
somebody in the neighborhood we had just moved in. I came up to my mom with my Oshkosh Bagosh overalls all busted up. She looked at me and said, "Who messed up your Oshkosh Bagosh overalls?" She didn't sit there and say, "Well, that's okay, baby. You're gonna grow. You're gonna hit puberty. One day you'll be better. You'll recruit." No, she grabbed me by my ear. She grabbed me by my ear, dragged me to that boy's house, and she said, "You either whip his ass to make him look worse than yours, or I'm gonna whoop your ass." That's what you should do as a fan base. Stop raising punks.
Oh man, Big Gang James going in. He lit up in there.
Ain't it though?
Yeah.
On fire.
All right, let's see. Where is it at? Dang, he is going in.
Stop allowing it. You can support him. Now, if I would have got my ass whooped, you know what my mama would have said? Well, that dog just ain't got no bite. You know, I love you, baby. Come here. We'll go buy you some more overalls. But she wasn't gonna allow me to at least not try.
She's not an enabler.
She's not an enabler. She knew what it's like to be a single woman and raising a kid in the project. She wasn't gonna just let me sit there and get beat up every day.
Right.
You allowing your kids to be bullied. Don't bring how you raise your children to a program that I helped build.
Right.
Take that with your own kids.
And I like to say that he's talking about, I'm not going to say your name. I ain't going to say the name he's talking about, but he's talking about somebody in my chat room. That's what, y'all need to join my chat. I'll be telling y'all getting honey fried. Y'all play around. It's lit up in there. Y'all be playing. I told y'all get up in this chat. He talking about somebody in the chat. I saw him going back and forth. So before he even got on the show, he was already lit up because the dude was like, "We need to hug the players and kiss them on the cheeks," pretty much. So he got lit up, went live from the chat. Okay. Yeah. Yep. He said, "Oh, because it's like, oh, this is the problem, the negativity from the fan base."
Nah, man.
Right. Let me go ahead and play the rest. Just a little bit. I see that the numbers don't went up. You play a little bit of the rest. Y'all want to see this. Look at that. Here we go.
That's why you kids can't play in Florida State. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, dog. I apologize, man.
Hey, he done showed his TURNTTALLY side. Y'all see that? Hey, I show my ass every show. I don't give a damn, but he got to be professional, right? We understand that. But he called himself. He went turn. He's like, "I'm a bitch ass." Oh, wait a minute. I'm on a live show. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that?
You about to turn up.
You about to turn up. I told. Look at that. He told on himself. Look. He said, "Hey, I can't be talking like that." All right, hold on. Might lose my job. Oh, this podcast, you know about it's the Sports Den, man. It's on Facebook. The Sports Den.
Okay.
See? You ain't in my honey fried chicken chat, are you? You're sleeping. Mr. HAW, you're sleeping. You're like, whoa, who's that? Who? Where? See? You be in the chicken chat, you get the honey fried chicken. Inside scoop.
All right.
You probably get a few. Okay, I can see Dion doing his handpicked program with Odell on board. He will probably get a few other NFL guys together, make a brand and move it to big time program. Yeah. I know what you're saying. You want Dion at Florida State. That's a long shot. I just don't. I said that a year ago. People thought I was going to cocaine when I said that. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm crazy. Yeah, I couldn't coach you out of your goddamn mind. Even Jim Cameron, that video hit about 4,000 views. I know Jim Cameron saw it on the Cameron show from War Chant. He brought it up first thing in the morning. Oh, that's ridiculous. Dion, the coach. Oh my God. I'm like, and I looked at my video. I looked at my video that was just 10 hours, about 12 hours old. The next day, 12 hours. That shit was on about 3,000. So I'm like, oh, he talking about my video. Nobody, and plus, get this. Nobody else was saying that. Nobody else was saying this. This was too far out there. So nobody was saying this about Dion being hit. So only I was saying is I didn't give a damn about. I don't give a damn about no heat coming at me. I ain't scared of no man. Goddamn about your comments and your hate and your disdain. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say how I feel straight off like that. I took a lot of heat for that. A lot of heat. A lot of heat. And now you just seen it pop up more and more all over the place. It's easy for like people to say it now. It's easy now to say it because now it, you know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to say it for me, but I ain't give a damn. I don't give a damn. All right, here we go. But yeah, it makes sense. Dion, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen now. I think last year was Dion wanted to come here. He wanted to come here bad, and Florida State said, "Okay, we wanted Mike." So we behind the 8 ball. See, people was like coaching. I'm like coaching. He gonna get every play. He gonna get any player he want. But coaching, who cares? Like he'll work. Like you don't think Dion's smart enough to work that out? Like, come on, man. You don't think Deion Sanders smarter than Dabo Down syndrome Sweeney? Like, come on. Really?
Yeah, man, you know he'll pick some good coaches.
Really? Yeah, Deion ain't coming here. Deion ain't coming here. And he ain't gonna be no recruiter. No, he gonna be a head coach. Deion got head coach. That's all he's gonna be. So he ain't coming to Florida State. We screwed up. I ain't screwed up nothing. They can't hire make no hire. All right, let's go to Unconquered Podcast. They can't make no hires at Florida State. They've been screwing up ever since Jimbo. Jimbo shouldn't even been hired. They should have vetted him better. He was an agent the whole time. Oh, I'm no. Oh yeah, man. He was after that money. He didn't give a damn about Florida State. He was that. Let's talk about that. He's an agent. He sat there and undermined the whole damn time. That was on purpose. People will sit there, and you know what I'm talking about. When the people will sit there and undermine you with a smile on their face. Just undermine you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they will.
On you, pretend to be your buddy, yeah. And then cry foul when they get hurt. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
oh, foul. All right. Unconquered Podcast. Unconquered Podcast. They were 5 VIPs. Yeah, I said that. But I said that, Florida State. Hit that like button, people. But I said that, Florida State. I said that. It don't matter. Your cupboard gonna be full of diamonds and gold and Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Who cares if Deion got fired? Your cupboard gonna be full. That's all. That's what I was saying. That's all I was saying. Who cares? You know your cupboard gonna be full. He can use you, and you can use him. That's business. Nothing personal. Business.
You know, I helped start and been part of every single episode, and I feel like the father who raises this beautiful, quirky child into like a little young man, and then Uncle.
This on the bench. This oh my bad, I already did that one. Unconquered Podcast. My bad, y'all. My bad. Hit that like button. Let me go to Unconquered. Unconquered ain't that much. Ain't gonna be that long, but it's the reason why I say Odell might be on his way out. They say it, so stick around. They're gonna say it on here. And it makes sense. It made me think, I'm gonna bring it out on the show, and I'm like, yeah, it looks like Odell's on his last days. Unfortunately, yeah, you don't see him much. Like one person brought up in the chat that you don't even see him much anymore in the speech. Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, Unconquered Podcast. Oh, it's only 30-some minutes. Okay. This is why I got confused here.
From the EPR Creation Studio, this is Jason State. This much of it once or twice last year, where it was like, well, this game's over after the first couple drives, and I don't blame anybody out there who decided that, you know what, maybe it's a good night for a movie.
I think this is a guy,
maybe I should watch some.
This is the guy that says Odell should be fired. I believe him. I listen to his podcast a lot. He does really well.
Competitive football or something like that. Nothing wrong with that decision at this point. And yeah, I've actually recorded episodes at halftime in the past due to disgust. And I know longtime listeners will remember that. I can't remember if I did it once or twice last year, where it was like, well, this game's over and I can already diagnose it. And there's really not much to deal with here because the coaches.
I made a mistake. I should have marked it when I heard the Odell part. Hopefully I can find it again. Hopefully.
The coaching staff is what they are, and there's not really much to evaluate. So let's just go ahead and get it done. I was tempted to do that here at 38-3 at the half. This game was over this game was over before the first quarter was over. And it was obvious that this game was over if you looked at the body language of the two teams. And that was as bad as Florida State has looked at any point that I can remember. And, you know, many of you who are older and can remember the real classic days, maybe it goes back, you know, the pre-Bowden days, maybe they looked worse a few times, but this was as bad as Florida State's looked in my lifetime that I can remember. And every bit as bad as the Louisville loss as any of Taggart's losses. That first half, that was something to watch, and that's not the Florida State that any of us are used to watching. Although it's starting to become the Florida State that we're used to watching. That said, I as tempted as I was to record this before halftime was over, I did want to see how this team would respond in the second half under a different staff, and how whether there would be some things that I could at least pull from in terms of young players playing later on, different things like that. Whether there would be something to pull from the second half. I wanted to see that, and I do think that they came out better in the second half. They did score the one touchdown. They actually did show some life on offense in the second half. Right home about, but going from 3.6 yards per play, or I'm sorry, 3.2 yards per play in the first half. They were doubled up by Miami in the
way. This is all fluff. He's trying to get the good stuff out of the way because he wants to go in.
Fourth quarter pulled some of their guys, but if you look at the third quarter only, Florida State averaged 7.2 yards per play in the third quarter to 5.3 for Miami. That actually was a pretty decent quarter.
Now the reason he sounded like he about to cry is because it's an instant reaction.
Huh.
Imagine how y'all felt right after
You
the
could
game.
see that they actually came out and played decent football there. Looked like they sort of recovered themselves a little bit in terms of what they were trying to do offensively. Went to some tight end screens and things like that were able to hurt Miami and managed to get a score and actually look like a competent and, you know, reasonably well coached team for just a little bit. And then, you know, when you got to the fourth quarter, dipped down to 4.2 yards per play, but still better than what you saw in the first quarter. Just not good enough. And when you look at that defense, well, the defense was still a mess in the second half. Still gave up 5.3 yards per play in the third quarter, 6.1 through three quarters, but 5.3 in the third quarter, 5.9 in the fourth quarter. But I mean, most of the damage was done by then. Still not very good though. I mean, Miami is just running the football pretty much at that point, and still no real answers for Florida State defensively. And it was just you talk about an embarrassing performance on the defensive side. 7.7 yards per play given up in the third quarter. You're talking about insane production from what's frankly not that great of a Miami team. This Miami team's going to get exposed when they play better teams later this year. And that's Florida State was not able to do it, but a couple of teams are going to do that. And this Miami team is going to discover some of their limitations there. But yeah, this was a debacle. This was not good. There's no sugarcoating this. I actually got a text message from another former player.
We gonna beat Clemson.
Now,
We gonna beat Clemson.
I think put it well. This is Chad Wheeler.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch that game.
The indicator of how close you are
They deserve it too.
is how you compete with your rivals.
They deserve it.
Presuming a 4-year progression, year 1, blowout loss, year 2, close loss, possible upset, year 3, win, year 4, convincing win. But we may be adding another category onto this. Year 0, demoralizing blowout loss. And I think there's something to that this is year 0, and this was worse than just a blowout loss. This was a blowout loss in which you had almost zero chance. I mean, this felt like a foregone conclusion after about the second drive of the game, where it's like, oh man, you're just not. This is not going to be close.
Right.
And you could see Florida State felt that way.
Right.
You could see Miami felt that way. And
I didn't really get that feeling.
From that point on, I mean, this got ugly.
I didn't really get the feeling.
And I do think that that's a good way to think about this. I mean, generally speaking, that's how coaches think: is you lose big, lose close, win close, win big. That's the progression, year 1 to year 4. But with where things are at Florida State, we're at year 0. And this is going to take a good 4 years to fix. And it's going to be 5 years, I think, before this program could really be where a lot of people want it to be in terms.
So he's saying before we get to a playoff contending team, he say 5, and he ain't include the last 2. He didn't include the last 2. He said it's 0, and he say 5. That's what he said. It's like 7 years, bruh. But it ain't gonna be 7. It'll be more like where we at. He said 0. I say it'll be, but you got to add on the past 2. So you go 2, because Jimbo screwed up the playoff roster. So you count from 2018. So you go 1, 2. I say 4. I say 4 to 5. 4 to 5. Yep, that's about what he said. I think he said 7. I hope that's not what he means.
In terms of being a nationally competitive type position. And the thing is, with how recruiting goes, with how players buy in on the recruiting trail and how all this works, and you have to create a buzz as a new staff, that's hard to do in 5 years now. You kind of have to do it within the first 3 or 2 to get your players in, so that by the time you get to years 4 and 5, you've got the players that you need to win at that level in years 4 and 5. And that's going to be a real challenge for Norvell and his staff.
He said Norvell won't have a roster to contend until basically till his contract's up. That's 5, because
pretty much.
Years.
Pretty much.
So he ain't gonna really be. This is hard to hear. Like, it's hard
and
to
the sad thing was, we were, I would say, 2 years out before they fired Willie Taggart. You know what I'm saying? By Jeff Sims' junior year, we would have been something to deal with. You feel me?
Yeah.
But no, they wanted to hit the reset button. So it'll be about 6 years before you can call yourself Clemson. You know what I'm saying? Before you feel like 2013 again, it's gonna be about 6 years, at least 5 years.
Good, it's great. That's 7.
Real talk. Because the best we can really hope for right now is that Chubb and them boys win games and they start bringing in more recruits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have to get that established and at least be 2 to 3 classes deep of that kind of talent before we can just start dominating people.
You know what? You know what's going on right here? You know what's happening right now? What I'm seeing from what you said, my vision. I'm pretty good. When I see visions, when I catch visions, they hit.
Yeah.
And I think Chubb is going. This is what's happening right here, right? Yeah, no, bloody, he right. This is what's happening right here. It's gonna be Florida State. Look at the Iowa State Cyclones. They're not the Iowa State Cyclones, are they? You didn't know who Iowa State was last 50 years, did we? But we know who Iowa State is. Why? Because that big Trevor Purdy's big brother, that awesome ass quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be Florida State Trevor University about the next 2 years.
Think so?
Chubba's gonna have to do everything on his back. Think about it. Think about the recruiting right now.
Yeah.
Chubba is an elite talent, and you know Chubba said his biggest strength is, right? He says when the play breaks down.
Break down, yeah.
Well, Chubba, you're gonna have a lot of that at Florida State. If that's your strength, you're gonna thrive. The bobblehead, man. He said when everybody panicking, he likes it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he said one of his favorite quarterbacks. It hurt me to say, but I understood why he originally committed to Louisville was he loves cats like Lamar Jackson. That's what they're good at. You know what I'm saying? So he likes that kind of stuff. So to come here, I believe he saw this as a challenge for one. And it just seemed like it would be a fun situation. Plus, you know what I'm saying? He's cool with Mike Norvell and all that stuff. But I just feel like when he gets on the field, he can do stuff that other quarterbacks can't, and it's exciting to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he thrives off of that. So
people were clowning me. People clown me, right, for saying one dub. How silly is this? Okay, I did my research. I looked it up. Dude runs a 4.4. It's clock 4.4 something, right?
Right.
4.41 or something. 4.42. I'm sorry. I tell people that, they laugh at me. He comes out and says it on the microphone. They're laughing at him. Okay, when he get on that field, you won't be laughing. And he ain't just one of the quarterbacks that'll run around you. He will run through you.
I mean, that's how he got hurt. Running somebody over for a touchdown.
He don't shy for contact. He don't shy. That's his biggest weakness. That's his only weakness. That's why Norvell's trying to work him in, because he don't like to slide. He want to run for 60-yard touch, which he can do. He's been doing it. If you look at his high school tape, that's what he does. Okay.
Yeah.
Get excited. I told y'all get excited about Chuba. That's all we're gonna have for the next 2 years. He's gonna be Florida State Chuba, your back university. That's it. Chuba is on you. Do what you do. And we gonna get the
Chuba is going to have the effect of Dalvin Cook. When Dalvin Cook was here and we didn't have nothing else and we just needed to play, just let Dalvin Cook be Dalvin Cook. That's what we're going to have to do with Chuba, especially once he matures a little more. Once he gets he's already full and thick, but once he really fills out, just let Chuba be Chuba. A big play. You're going to get a score.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited about this kid. We're gonna see him next game. They're gonna get into this here. We're gonna see him next game too. I forgot about that. They're gonna work him in real slow though.
Getting the players on campus that they're going to need to be able to get to where they want to be in year 4, year 5. And this year is certainly not going to help that. Not just because the product on the field. I mean, the product on the field is not good, but because of how much the COVID-19 scenario has impacted their ability to build relationships and bring kids on campus and all of that. Now, that said, they did land the first legit blue chip offensive tackle Florida State's landed in several years.
Hey, Chuba got up. Hey, on the low, Chuba got an elite offensive tackle on that right side. Throw it up. See that? That's an elite tackle. See? Yeah. Right. Domino's gonna come. Domino pieces coming. Only thing of Florida State we've been missing is what? Our quarterback. We've missed a good quarterback play. Feel like James Blackman been here 20 years.
It does feel like that when the quarterback play is subpar. It just feel like it takes forever for them to go away. And it's sad to say that, man. I hate to say that about somebody, but I'm like, dang, man. It's like, why can't you just leave? Just go.
I got X. Man, just leave. Stop calling me.
Yeah, man. Just go, man. Just go, man.
Go away. But see, that's what a quarterback does for your program. Think about it. A quarterback high. Think about it. If you go up and down the field, if you score the first 2 drives, right? Let's say you go up and down the field. First one's a quick strike. The second one, your quarterback covers so good that he just drives down the field. He runs 20 yards, hands off, passes for another first down, and runs another 40 for a touchdown. Now you up 14-0, and you just took off 3 minutes off the clock. Imagine if your defense not good. Imagine how good your defense gonna be then. They ain't gonna give a damn about big plays or getting scored on. That's gonna make them more confident. They got a 14-point cushion. 8 years are gonna be pinned back.
Yeah.
They ain't worried about no mistake. That's what an elite quarterback does for a team, man. It changes everything,
man.
Everything.
You know, one thing I noticed in the Georgia Tech game, it's the same thing that we saw all year last year, right? You would get to a point, so the offense then got a lead, and the defense is playing well, but the offense is starting to stall out, and they can't score. You can just physically see the morale just slowly draining out of the defense because they're starting to lose confidence in the offense. They already know, oh man, we're gonna lose because they gonna score again. They gonna score, and then we not gonna be able to score, and then we gonna let them score again, and it's gonna be over. Like you can just see that body language, man. And a good quarterback changes all of that because he gives you that confidence that you know, oh man, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got tight and tense, and once they tensed up, I could already tell, man. We still had a 10-0 lead, and I could tell we was gonna lose that game. Just by that body language, bro, because we already tensed up.
Right. What's up, Jay Gutter? Let me get to this chat. I be ignoring the chat sometimes. They talking with each other. If we have to do too much, I said, man, I lived through it. You'll be all right, Don. All right. Don says, Turnt, you did see the last possession we had. Tate Rodemaker drops back to pass. Number 22 misses a block. Rodemaker goes down. 22 just walks away, leaving Rodemaker in the grass. Nah, I probably did. I probably didn't look on purpose. I was fed up. Okay. Yeah, good points, one dog.
Oh yeah, true. Appreciate that, no blooded.
In Orr, which is a huge win, but still, that's
good enough for me.
You know, that's one guy, and that really is the one blue chip offensive piece that they have aside from the wide receiver from Louisiana, the kid from Louisiana. Aside from him, they really don't have. They're not on the radar for most of the elite prospects.
Hey y'all, he just remember, y'all, don't get too down with this guy. He just watched the game. You know, he got to recover. I'm pretty sure today he won't be talking like this. Like everything's just dying. Because if you look at it, we got a 5-star linebacker, Brandon Jennings. So don't get too caught up in what he's saying. But when he goes in on Odell, he do sound like Odell about to get fired. Hopefully I can find it for y'all. I think it's in this one, hopefully. Deion needs to go ahead, coach, and grab and take him to Jackson State. I would hate for Odell to fire, bro. Yeah, it looks like Odell's going to be the scapegoat in this because Odell's not his staff. The fan base is going to be really sick. Anyway,
this cycle, I mean, really, this is a year zero, and they're going to need to really have a successful 2022 class. And it's really 2024, 2025 before you're going to see that 2022 class really make.
Yeah, the 2022
run it
class
okay.
is gonna be sick, y'all.
Speaking, that's how coaches think: is you lose big, lose close, win close, win big. That's the progression. This is not going to be close, and you could see Florida State felt that way. You could see Miami felt that way, and
hold on.
Not just because of the product on the field. I mean, prospects this cycle. I mean, really, this is a year zero, and they're going to need to really have a successful 2022 class. And it's really 2024, 2025 before you're going to see that 2022 class really make the waves that they're hoping to make. So the reality is this team, this staff is going to need to have a lot of success in the transfer portal because, frankly, this roster is a mess. And a big part of it is that the alleged leaders are, in many respects, the biggest problems. You can't win when your leaders don't perform on the field and then run their mouths while they're getting their butts kicked, which we saw multiple times in this game. I mean, Marvin Wilson makes a tackle 9 yards up the field.
Just like they don't blame. Remember they didn't blame the players. Remember they didn't blame the players before. And the fans, we see what the players are. We got the best coaches money can buy now. Okay, so. We put the money. We bought the coaches. We didn't buy the coaches on the road. We bought the SEC coaches. We brought in the big boys, right? Same thing. Yeah. So now the fans are like, okay, it's the players. We have no talent. But now, instead of them being like fire Big Marv, they saying Odell. Same old thing again. See, they trying to cover their own ass.
Yeah.
They don't care about us.
Then gets up and crows about it. And talks junk about that, dude. You're a defensive tackle. You shouldn't be celebrating making a tackle 9 yards upfield. Yeah, I get that it's a hustle play. Oh, and by the way, you happen to be disqualified for targeting because of that tackle. A couple plays later, you see Durden make one of the few plays he made all game, and then gets up and postures and flexes and starts talking smack, and it's like, you're down 28, man. You're down 28 points, and you're flexing and talking after making a play. Like,
baby
you
bussy.
haven't earned that.
You a baby bussy.
There's a lot of players that basically it's the pretty good player on a really bad team in youth league where you ask him, well, you know, did you guys win or lose? Well, we lost, but I scored 23. I had a good game. Well, you got a lot of players that's basically the way that they seem to be approaching this. That it's really about I had a good game. I had a few tackles, or I did this, and frankly, they're not having good games. 4th and 1, and I'm going to pull this up. This is one of those plays that I'm going to focus on in the Patreon breakdown this week. 4th and 1, and the entire defensive line gets blown off the ball. I mean, I flagged this last week about the Georgia Tech game, about getting stalemated, not moving the line of scrimmage backward against Georgia.
Hey, hold up, y'all. This might be the Odell getting fired part. I think this might be it. I think this
Georgia Tech. Well, in this case, they were 2 yards down the field on 4th and 1. And if that's going to be that's supposed to be your strength, that's a problem. But Marvin Wilson, Corey Durden, Tamorian Terry, those guys, and a host of others that are supposed to be your best players and supposed to be team leaders, they're leading you right into the ditch, guys. At some point, you guys are going to have to actually.
Oh, it's two.
You guys are going to have to actually play, because you're not looking like NFL.
I didn't even know he got another dude. The dude's so mad. It's a podcast with 2 people. The other dudes. I just saw this. I just figured this out just now. The other dude's so mad he ain't even talking. I heard him just laugh. I heard him laugh just now. And something funny.
I thought it was just Buddy by itself. I thought he was like just recording it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I listened to this show. It's the yeah, it's be like 2-3 people there. Yep. The other dude. I wonder why it was just one guy. Yeah. He's so mad he ain't even talking.
Damn. Yeah, he in his feelings.
Talent right now. You got to shut up and play.
Hey, man.
And you got guys that are calling their coaches out on social media. You're doing all this stuff, taking stuff, airing dirty laundry out among the public, and then you go and play like this.
I
go and play like that on the field.
I said it. I said it. And the police tell you anything that you say in a court of law
can will be used.
Idiot.
Oh
See?
yeah.
See? Hey, TURNTTALLY, I can say whatever I want up here because I don't work for nobody. But you know what? You players are going on social media. You trying to work for somebody that's gonna give you $1 million. I ain't got $1 million to lose. I'm trying to help you out. Shut the hell up. And just lift some weights and practice. That's it. See?
Yeah, let's see how NFL teams grade that out. Let's see how what they think about that. And it has nothing to do. I mean, I know some people are making this about, they're all about social justice and Black Lives Matter, and putting all the attention on that is why they're playing poorly. No, it has nothing to do with that. But there is something.
He going in. Oh, I like this guy. What do you say? I like this guy.
To earning your platform, first of all, and second of all, the bigger thing is, it's one thing to advocate for important political causes or for various social movements or all sorts of things. That's not a problem. When you start taking inside team stuff and airing dirty laundry from your team, that's not activism. That's not how you make things better. That's not how you earn the trust of your teammates. That's not how you actually lead in an organization. And that's the stuff where I think you see a lot of these guys out on the field where they don't trust each other. They don't trust the team.
Okay, I think he's getting Odell. He'll call everybody out. He'll call everybody out. Yeah, we all thought it was the coaches, right? We were lied to by
See,
we were lied to by management.
That's the thing, man. I've been screaming the exact opposite for the longest. I've been telling people, bro, these players, it's the players. You know what I'm saying? I did not feel like it was the coaches, dog. I always felt it was the players. I mean, it's just the effort on the field. It was the same thing, like the same way they looked when Jimbo left. They looked the same way as soon as Willie Taggart got here.
Jimbo
and
missed.
Then they looked the same way as soon as Mike Norvell got here. So I felt like, wow, you know what I'm saying? For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like that's should be 3 times the evidence to show you that it's the players. Jimbo whiffed. He got the wrong players. That's why he bailed. Well, that's one of the football reasons that I feel like he really just tapped out, bro. Because he looked around and he saw like, damn, these are not the guys that I thought they were.
But you know the angle.
And he had so many.
That's true. Yeah. Well, you saw it before I did. I showed playing the coaching. I was cool. But I tell you what, this the angle that nobody. I don't think this is an angle nobody looking at. Always look for different angles. This is the angle I found that I don't think many people looking at. We ain't looking at the admin lying about the players. Think about it. The propaganda machine is real. We all know the propaganda machine got the media, how they spin your things and make your brain think a certain way. You know those big graphics before every season where they got the guy on the point, a guy in the front to Terry pointing at you. Then they got DJ Matthews. He got you see all these posts. He made of electricity. He's a superhero.
Yeah.
He in his junior year caught 1 touchdown. Only had like 2 games good his whole career. The one we lost against Miami in the Boston College game, where Boston College had the worst defense in the whole country. And you'll see a post of him with electricity coming out of him being an electro man or something. So it's like a propaganda machine that be messing us up too behind the admin because they don't want to accept the fact that they can't hire the right coach. They lied on the coaches at the same time. The boosters have single-handedly run the program into the ground, and Kohlberg, and that's why I always be calling him out in my funny videos because nobody talking about the high ups, but I'll talk about them because they don't own me. They don't own me. I'm not in their pocket. I'm not in Kohlberg's pocket. I can say his name, Kohlberg, Thrasher, School. I can say whatever the hell I want. I'm not in their pocket. You notice nobody brings their names up ever.
Nah, they don't.
Ever.
They don't.
That's weak sauce. I served in the military. The leader takes the blame. I was the coach and I had my superior and I dealt with the younger guys or whatever, the new ones. If they do something wrong, I'll cover for them because it's gonna look bad on me as being a leader. So I'm gonna cover for them. I'm not gonna point to my guy. I'm not gonna point to somebody else. That's weak sauce. Yeah. That's weak sauce. No, that's on me. I went to sleep too long. I used to get in trouble sometimes. I went to sleep sometimes. Like say for example, a superior come down and be like, "Hey, why did he do this?" I'll be like, "Oh, man, what the mother?" And I'll get mad because I know the person. I told him to do something else, but it's still my fault because he didn't do it. So the leader will get it. He'll be burning fire on me. You know what? My fire's gonna go down on the guy below me. Shit, it's a thing in the military. Shit rolls downhill. So if the shit going downhill,
right?
See, that's the right way. The military, that's the right way. But this is backwards. Shit is going like sideways. Like, no, you gotta go up to the leader, to the boss. That's the leader.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Mike Norvell. He's gonna fix everything. We fired Willie because the players, you ain't telling the truth, man. And the boosters have screwed everything too by the boycott and not giving to the program. All that stuff. It's factors. It's all factors. And the players suck. There we go. They suck. And I know they'll play better once Tupper go in. Once Tupper come in, you're gonna see the real players. If you look at the end of the Miami game, you saw them young boys hungry. You saw mean dudes, popping dudes. I got excited for the future. So that tells me, once Chuba turn up, they gonna turn up harder.
Exactly.
So I'm not worried. We're gonna be all right. But I just want the admin to be honest instead of pushing blame like some goddamn pussies, man. Stop pushing blame. It's on the admin and the higher ups. It's on them and the booster. That's it. It's that simple. They steered the ship. We ain't steered that. The boosters did. You don't see what it is going on. You see the real truth and know what the facts are. Players are the weak link. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll be all right with trouble. I'm not even worried. We got that trouble injury set us back really far. Trouble would have started against Miami. We wouldn't have got beat like that. I swear to you. I promise you. I promise you, Trouble would have put up more than one touchdown on that clock. And you know what? When Trouble getting first downs out there running and stuff, we own the clock. We could slow the whole game down, give our defense a rest. We may still lose, but it won't be no 52-10. It would have been like, not the worst loss in the history of the rivalry. It would have been like, 35-25, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because all that clock would have got off. Defense would have been tired. See? So, presidential debate. Oh, I'm recording it, Jawu. I'm recording it. I'm already ready to watch that catastrophe. See now, pedophile.
I might have to watch that myself, man.
Trump is going to eat this guy. This is going to be a mess. This is like Mike Tyson versus like Forrest Gump or something. Like this is gonna be funny, man. Trump's gonna be trolling him and everything.
Don't trust the staff.
Oh, go ahead. What? We ain't got much longer anyway. We ain't got much longer.
They're trying to get there.
I'm trying to get to the Odell part.
And that's been true for. You go back to when Jimbo Fisher had to have those guys sign those promissory notes, saying, I promise to play hard for my team and for my teammates and all of this, and to do what I'm asked to do. Well, he had to have those guys do that because it had basically the rot had developed to such a degree that guys were basically concerned about their highlight tape, about where they would grade out for the NFL and all those.
He's right. I think this is the one where he gets Odell. I think this is the one.
Other things, and they had stopped playing for us. They were playing for me, and you can only go so far playing for me. I mean, you can at some positions, if the playing for me is doing the things that are going to make me look good by the team looking good, then it can work. That's not where these things are. That's not basically how this is. You can see, and Herbie mentioned this on the broadcast, you can see when Terry's not getting the ball, his body language changes. He goes kind of into a shell. He starts to get chippy with defensive backs and all sorts of things. And as Herbie observed, you could see Miami trying to kind of go after him and goad him a little bit, because they recognize that when he's not getting the ball, he kind of sulks a little bit, and you lose it. You can't do that as a wide receiver. The fact is that as a wide receiver, you're not always going to get the football, and you're going to have to learn how to make your team better when you're not getting the football, and then make the most of it when you do. That's just the nature of the position. Same thing as a defensive tackle,
Okay, I think this is the part where you like to say we should fire Odell. He gives reasons why, and they're gonna look like they're gonna do it. I'm gonna, after this, it's not much longer in this. Samuel, I'm gonna play the end of the Norvell thing, and then we'll end it. I just want to hear the last part of this thing with the question you said. Aslan pissed him off. Okay, I'm gonna check that out after we done with this. Then we'll be done with the show.
You know what? There are times where it's not your job to make the play, to peek in the backfield and do all these things to try to get a tackle or to try to do whatever. It's your job to blow your guy up so that the guy behind you can clean up the mess. You got to be unselfish to be a successful team. And I see a lot of selfish guys out there, a lot of them, and that's got to change. And the thing is, a lot of these guys are selfish because I think they're imagining that they're actually better than they are. They'd be pretty good players if they're playing football, but they're not good enough to be the guys that are playing for their own stats. They're just not.
You got Terry crying. Rose, send it to 100 chat.
So yeah, looking more detailed at the game itself.
I want to use that for
in my preview. I was pretty clear. I didn't expect much from the offense in this game. I don't expect much from the offense this year. I mean, Cam Akers, as I said in the last Hot Takes podcast, Cam Akers is not walking through that door. They don't have one of those guys. The best player you have in terms of a playmaker is Terry, and he's completely unreliable. And you're depending on the quarterback situation, a very unsettled and unreliable quarterback situation to get the football to him. So that's not going to be ideal there. And I projected 13 points in this game
He got one
out of Florida State,
-4 yards.
and that seems actually about right. 10 points, 2 trips inside the 10 that came away with nothing. Seems in the right ballpark. So offensively, this is about what I expected. You look at the game totals: 4.5 yards per play, 10 points. That's right in the zone of about what I would have expected. I would expect probably closer to 5 yards per play. Something I didn't guess on the preview, but I just said probably about 5, with about 13 points. That's what I expected. And they predictably had trouble blocking the edges. That's where the strength of Miami's defense is. But they didn't have as much success inside as they needed. And once the game got out of control because the defense couldn't get a stop, well, I mean, that didn't matter as much anyway. But, in the preview pod, I'd said Florida State, basically, Miami's vulnerable on the interior, and that's where Florida State's offensive line was at least average. And the game on the offensive side would boil down to 2 questions. Can Florida State handle Miami's interior guys enough to generate some running game and then make it a little easier to protect their edges as a result? And then second question, can James Blackman actually come in and play the role of game manager and not turn the football over, not do things that are going to hurt you? And then hopefully you can get some guys that can make some plays on the outside, to steal a score or two. But those are basically the 2 questions. And the answer to both of those questions was no. Florida State didn't handle the interior guys quite well enough, though they did run it okay. I mean, when they tried to run it, they generally ran it all right. I mean, you look at 4.2 yards per rush on 36 carries, 151 rushing yards. That's not awful. But by the time they were running the football, there wasn't really much to do there. There wasn't really much to benefit from there. So that was one thing. But the bigger problem with the quarterback position, they couldn't manage it. And I did say that I felt that they'd offensively try to come into this game with a scheme that tried to slow the game down and use the run as a way to keep this game narrowed to fewer possessions so that it would turn into a defensive struggle. That's what I figured they tried to do, and they definitely did that. And they did that even.
It's so sad. You see the picture of Tamori and Terry crying.
No, I ain't seen it yet.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. It looked like a meme, and then you got Ron Dugan. It's like, and you got Ron Dugan's. Hold on, let me. Ron Dugan's right there, looking at him like, it's so sad. What is that? It's horrible. How can I do this? Why not? Hit that like button, people. I don't know if y'all can see this. Y'all see this? Huh?
I can kind of see it a little bit.
It's kind of, it is kind of.
I can't see the detail. I mean, I can see. I see Ron Dugan standing right beside.
Can y'all see his eyeball? Can y'all see Ron Dugan's eyes?
Yeah, I see Ron Dugan's eyes.
Oh,
the way he's looking at him
like, dude, you suck. That's a meme. That'd be a meme, like.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's already a meme. I might have to look for that.
Sorry, you suck. That's my meme right there. It's gonna be in my video tomorrow night.
All right.
Sorry, you suck. God damn, that's sad. Oh, you a third? Sorry, you're a 5th rounder. God.
First round, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't use that now. I'm not gonna steal it, but that's even. But I ain't gonna use it. I gotta use both. That's oh God. Okay, let me get back. Oh, you gotta laugh even through the hard times. You gotta laugh.
Even more you talk about the offensive scheme. I thought they had a really good opening script. So far in 2 games, they've had a quality opening script in each game. And in this one, they had some really interesting wrinkles, putting Jordan Travis at the slot, at running back, at quarterback. And they gave themselves a chance to get one of their more dynamic guys the football in those cases. And also used Travis really as their starting quarterback in terms of what they were trying to do. They were trying to use him as the primary guy that was taking snaps, and almost wildcatting it. Not the true wildcat with the unbalanced line and all that, but treating him as a basic a running back taking direct snaps who can kind of throw here and there. And it was this overall, especially even once you got past the script, this game was called and schemed as though the coaching staff has zero belief in their quarterbacks. Which
zero belief in their quarterbacks and zero belief in their offensive line.
As a coaching staff,
that's how they be calling those plays.
Does not believe that their quarterbacks can be asked to do much without hurting.
I'm trying to get to the Odell.
And so they went smoke mirrors and Jordan Travis. And frankly, Jordan Travis is the team's best running back right now. To do with Travis, find some cheapies, some cheap way coming in with a pretty good scheme offensively. On the flip side, I think the defense was a total embarrassment.
Please get the Odell. Get the Odell, please. Okay.
And I'm sorry to my listeners. This is an apology. I'm sorry. I got fooled again in my preseason preview in terms of what to expect from this defense. I'm not alone there. I think basically everybody who covers Florida State was fooled, at least in some respect, on this. All of us expected the defense to be something of a strength in 2020. I mean, and it's hard not to. I mean, you look out there and you see players that allegedly have talent, and I feel like I can recognize guys that have physical talent that are pretty good. And you see players like Wilson, Durden, Cooper, Lovett, Janarius Robinson, Kando, who is out for this game, Thompson, Cyrildine, who has been out for the first couple weeks, Lars Woodby, Dent, Samuel Jr. You see all those players and you go, yeah, that guy would start at, these various schools. Just physically, you'd expect that guy to start at all but maybe one place, or maybe at all the other schools in the ACC, and then the guy next to him, you'd expect that. So you start looking at that and you go, yeah, personnel-wise, it should be a pretty good defense. They should at least be decent, even though they weren't good last year. Maybe some changes and some good coordination will help them. Just being coordinated on the same page, that'll get them there.
Hey, I think you're taking a shot at Odell. Nope. He's gonna say Odell's name in a minute.
I'm sorry they're just at some point. It's been 3 different coaching staffs in 4 different schemes, and at some point, it's not. You can't just blame the coaches. And based on what I saw tonight, 3 players on the defense played close to the Florida State standard.
Here we go.
That's Gaynor, Samuel Jr., and Travis J. And then, of course, Travis J. went down with an injury. Of course he did. And you can't really complain about.
He called Jordan Travis a pussy. You heard that? He called that. You hear me? He just called Travis J.
He said what now?
He said, Travis J. goes down, get hurt. Of course. Listen to the way he said it. He called him a pussy. Listen. Where he at? Wait, hold on. Watch this.
Oh shit.
He called him a pussy on the tongue in cheek. Watch.
That's Gaynor, Samuel Jr., and Travis J. And then, of course, Travis J. went down with an injury. Of course.
He laughed. He said, "Of course, man. He mad as hell. He don't give a damn about no. He ain't get.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. Of course he got hurt.
And you can't really complain about Janarius either. I thought Janarius was okay. Not too standard, but okay. And the rest, yikes.
Here we go. Here's Odell. Here's Odell. Here we go. Here's Odell. He gonna blame Odell. That's what they gonna do from admin. Watch.
And again, 5 touchdowns and a field goal in 6 first-half possessions. That's not getting it done, let alone playing at Florida State level. And the defensive scheme, I mean, when they came out and what they came out in, I knew that this game would be rough. I was disappointed to see what they came out in. Because they came out in the tight front and ran the same basic scheme that they ran last year. And quite honestly, that was the first really bad sign in this game when they came out in that defensive front, in that basic defensive scheme. And I looked at that and went, "Oh, so they had 2 weeks to prepare, and this is what they did, huh?"
I think this is the real part.
They came out with that basic result as they got out of that last year.
Watch.
And I understand the logic of it. You have, with Kando out, you have no ends. So go odd front, feature your defensive tackle talent, put Wilson on one edge and Durden in there at that spot when Wilson's not on the field. Feature your defensive tackles and hope that you can get something out of them and even the odds a little bit, even the numbers out with doing some two gapping and some run read stuff up front. But I look at last year, look at these guys, and look at last week or 2 weeks ago, and you go, guys, that's probably just not going to work. And honestly, going tight front against Miami's preferred personnel groups, also not really what I'd want to see there. I don't see that as a good idea. And what you're doing when you do that is you're depending on that front and your linebackers to dominate, and they're flat out soft.
Oh, damn.
Florida State's defensive tackles and defensive line are soft.
They are.
And selfish, and the backers aren't very good. And you need some guys that can play backer if you're going to play tight front. You need some quality backers in addition to some guys that can handle some business up front. And they got neither.
Damn.
And then you add that you're soft to that. I think the better move, as I said last week, the better move is to move your best pass rusher, arguably your best defensive player at this point, and then at least you've shored up that position a little bit, and you've given yourself a chance to get some havoc from that position. Put Amari Gaynor at the Fox and roll with that. That's what they should be doing. I've been saying that since the preseason. And I think Lars Woodby also is a bit of a liability at the boundary safety. Just don't think he runs well enough and it's quick enough, especially after the injury. I mean, I don't know that he was before the injury to play that spot at that weight and at that size. Move him down to the stud and see if you can be a little bit better at overall.
They sick of full
at the in your best 11 on the field more often. And then you combine all this with playing soft coverage, 7 yards off the ball, 8 yards off the ball with your corners.
How this guy basically
33, you got guys playing 7, 8.
All he's saying is full of his job. He don't know what he's doing out there. That's all he's saying.
Pretty much because he realigning the whole defense.
Yep.
I don't understand that, especially against this quarterback. If you're going to give King a bunch of 5-6 yard throws, he does make those throws. He will make those throws, and he'll make them consistently. You've got to force King to make some tougher throws downfield. He hit on a couple deep throws, but make him throw some of the tougher downfield throws. That's where he struggled. Don't make it easy on him. The same thing with Sims earlier in the year. All of a sudden, you got those guys playing 7-on-7 there because you're not getting any pressure out of the tight front. You're not getting any pressure out of what you're doing. And then you're going to play with those decent-sized cushions, and you're going to ask those guys to execute down the field, throwing 6, 7, 8 yard routes. They're going to be able to make that throw because they're playing 7-on-7. They're playing catch. And then they can just dink and dunk you down the field. Disrupt them. You've got to start playing a little bit higher pressure in terms of coverage. I mean, partly because that's just Florida State's DNA. Let those guys do what they came to Florida State to do in that regard. Play a little bit more press. Get in guys' faces. Challenge them. Challenge Miami to beat you one-on-one. And yeah, they got a couple wins one-on-one. They're gonna. But don't let them just drive down the field with some dink and dunk with a quarterback where that's really his strength. He can run the football and then he can dink and dunk and periodically make a downfield, Hail Mary type throw. And you gave him that. I just think it was a poor game scheme, and it's going to take a while to root it out. And it's going to start with holding guys accountable for their level of play and how much they're running their mouths. And this is where I come back to having watched the second half. There were a few encouraging things that did happen in the second half. Most of all, the youngsters late looked like they might be players. I thought Poitier and Williamson at receiver looked like they were actually going to be pretty good players.
Yeah,
actually caught the football.
I saw that.
Which Warren Thompson has, he seems to have a special advantage in these times of pandemic that he can't catch a cold. At some point, and Mike Leach says this all the time: if you can't catch, you can't play receiver. And I know that seems real simple, but yeah, that's pretty obvious. And Thompson has struggled to catch the football. So you got to put people out there that are going to catch it, catch the football. Those guys caught it. Those guys actually did something with it once they caught it. Starting to show signs. Now, had some lineup issues, and it's clear those guys are still swimming in terms of learning all the stuff that you have to learn. But at a certain point, you start to hold some guys accountable for not making plays, and you start to think about giving some of those young guys some more opportunities. I thought Robert Scott looked very promising at right tackle, very promising actually. In many respects, he already looks physically better than Love Taylor. Not quite as strong as he needs to be. You can see that physically he's still a puppy. But the talent, he's actually got the talent to play, and he's got the talent to play tackle. Florida State hasn't had real tackles on the roster in quite a long time. And that guy actually looks like he's in pass blocking and in some combo blocking. I don't think he moved quite as well. Peter, I think, should be a good guard. The defense is going to have to deal with the talent deficit for a while. I mean, I did think 90 and 99 played lower and harder than the veterans at defensive tackle. So that's
okay. I think this is it, y'all. Hit that like button. I think this is it where he say Odell is going to get fired. I think this is it. Or he thinks he should get fired. I think this is it.
Plus,
at the very end.
But let's be honest, Griffiths is just a guy at Florida State. Quayshawn Fuller, the next best guy at the edge, and he's just a guy at Florida State. These are not difference makers. And they badly need some edge guys that can come in and play. And this is going to be a transfer portal necessity. I mean, they're going to have to get some guys in soon that can actually rush the passer, that can play edge in the system. There's no question. And that can play edge in any system. That's a concern. And then looking forward, Chubba Purdy is a guy that later in the season I think may really be able to help you, because you're looking at a guy that is as good an athlete basically as Travis. Young quarterbacks are actually, he'll use him at slot receiver later in the season once Purdy is to a difference that made it. But basically you have to start saying, look, and this is the only way that you can hold guys accountable. You have to hold guys accountable with playing time. And to me, you use the Jacksonville State game to see which young enough, make sure he gets some. He and the young guys, you don't do what we ask. You don't play to the standard. You just don't think this Miami team is one of the better teams. You just got beat by. If you're Norvell and you're the coaching staff, you're not wanting to look at results right now. You're wanting to establish which guys ultimately in all sorts of other ways.
I don't know where I heard it.
Well, this has been a little PR Creations.
I should have marked it. I can't find it. God damn it. Y'all hear about it later on. I wish I could have got the receipt for that. I should have marked it. I heard it too. No, it said, I don't know where I heard it at. I thought I had it. Odell. Yeah, they're looking at firing him because they blaming him for how bad the defensive line playing. Because all the hype the defensive line was getting from the fan base and Ward 10, remember that? And Ward 10, they had us think the top 10 defensive line in the country. Remember that? So now they got to cover. Now they got to cover their ass, right? They got to blame somebody. See, because they said they put the standard there. They put that standard of top 10 defensive line. We didn't make that up in our heads. Now, don't think we make that up in our heads. the propaganda machine spun used a little magic and spun our brains to think that we're gonna have a beast defensive line that we haven't had in years, right? So they did that. They don't blame Odell, and they gotta fire Odell so we don't come at them. See, that's the dirty game we in. That's a dirty game, man. They don't play fair up there. They don't take no blame. They don't play fair. And somebody said earlier, Odell's not even talking on the. Anyway, I'm gonna play one more thing. Hit that like button. You said maybe no cast. You said maybe no cast. It might be no cast with the roll up in them. Yeah, it might be. It might be why I heard it. Thanks, God. It might be, but I'm not gonna search for it no more. I'm done. Y'all just trying to take my word for it. I don't believe me at all. I don't give a damn. All right, but y'all gonna find out. I be usually hitting. Hey, I'm hitting my nose. I be on that stuff a lot, don't I? I be on it. I be like, even if it don't come tomorrow, come a year from now. I be on it, don't I? Finger on the nose. See? Even if it don't come right away. Let's see. Okay, one more thing. So somebody brought out War Chant. This will be funny. I brought up War Chant, and the last question Aslan said. We're going to listen to that for a laugh. Watch Norvell get mad. I haven't seen this yet, but they say it's the last question. I'm going to check this out. I'll put it up on the screen in a minute. Y'all can see it too. Coach's staff. He say, oh, yeah. Oh, so Aslan was a hero today? Okay. I ain't going to hate on Aslan today. I ain't going to get on today. I leave him alone. Y'all say he was the GOAT. Okay. I don't like the word GOAT, but the greatest of all time. Okay. Let's see. So it was on War Chant. It's the very last question. I'm going to fast forward to that, and then we'll just end the show because I want to see the debate too. Where is it at? So it's the last question. I don't even watch these coach things no more. I can't watch this. The young players look happy because they know they got a future. They don't care. They'll be winning in the future. It's the seniors that's crying because they just realize it's them. They suck. Got coaches fired.
They chased off one coach, got another coach fired. Now they got the next coach on the hot seat already. And it's only 2 games in. Great job, guys.
They suck, man. God, they horrible. Tamori Terry can't even catch a football. He ain't going to the NFL ain't gonna get
down in the red zone.
All right, what's the last question at?
Or down to is another area, offensively and defensively. That we're gonna have to.
Y'all gotta tell me.
Thank you.
Oh, he looked mad. I see it. Yeah, I saw his eyes.
Brett Lash in Miami. Hot start.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let me pause this.
There's several first-year coaches around the country. Mike Leach in Mississippi State put up a whole bunch of points in his first game against the defending national champs. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss did pretty well. Brett Lash in Miami are kind of off to a hot start. Is there a realistic expectation of this offense?
Wait. Before we answer that, wait.
Run it back. Just run it back real quick. Just look at his facial expressions.
Bruh. I know what them eyes mean. Hey, one dog, meet me outside in the back. I want to holler at you. Let me holler at you. What up?
Mike said he gonna catch Aslan on Tennessee Street, boy. He gonna run up in Spirit one day.
Let me catch you outside.
No. He gonna catch Aslan at a Zaxby's.
Got extra sauce, bitch. Extra sauce.
He gonna slap that man with some Texas toast.
I ain't even hear the response yet, and I'm down. Okay, let me get myself together. Okay. Well, why did Aslan went all the way in? Okay, Aslan. Okay. I see
against
you.
the defending national champs. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss did pretty well.
I see you, Aslan. I see you. I see. I like that. Did you get permission from the high up boys to slam them in public? Did you get that? Yeah, go get him. Did you get
Look at that face.
He know what's coming. He's like, oh damn. Aslan, the Iranian, taking in command. Oh damn.
Oh man.
Several first-year coaches around the country. Mike Leach of Mississippi State put up a whole bunch of points in his first game against the defending national champs. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss did pretty well. Rhett Lash
with less rated talent too, by the way. With less rated talent too, by the way.
Miami are kind of off to a hot start. Is there a realistic expectation that this offense is going to start?
He ain't even blink. He ain't even blink.
He tries so hard to keep that coach speak face. Oh, he holds it. He holds it in, don't he? With his eyes to your eyes are the windows to the soul. You can't hide the eyes. All right, here we go. If you human,
yeah, we're going to play as good as we possibly can play, and we're going to continue to improve.
That's it.
Thank you.
Oh, you said Florida. He just said Florida State sucked. Okay, we suck. God dang. Okay, that's it. Oh, he just said we suck, y'all. He said, God damn. Can we win? Can we beat Jackson State?
Gotta read between the lines.
Can we beat Jacksonville State, coach? We favor by 27.
I hope so. We'll see.
Bro, we can't even. We laughing at last year. We averaging 9 points a game. Hey, wait a minute, but wait, there's more. It just, somebody put me on to something in the honey fried chicken chat. I'm sorry, this will be the last thing, y'all. This will be the last thing. I think somebody put this in the honey fried chicken chat. Have you seen the stats for the quarterback that's coming from Jacksonville State, y'all?
Oh yeah.
He's a dual threat. And from what I haven't even seen his tape, and he looked more athletic just from his build than the little midget we played last week.
He's gonna set a school record on us when he plays us.
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to ruin y'all, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Oh, it's Rose. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Let's get into a little bit of highlights. Oh, I forgot about this. I'm worried about Jacksonville State. That's how far we've sunk, y'all. And we favored by 20. You know we ain't gonna cover that. Nobody gonna bet on us to cover 27 now on Jacksonville State. Now, you know that. We ain't gonna cover that spread. Was told Terry was it okay. Because people worry about Terry opting out because what's his face? Terry Wilson starting. Damn, I gotta find this dude. Somebody put it in a honey fry. I can find it just by Googling him. But I want y'all to see what I saw. Somebody put it in the chat. I can't remember. Man, the chat is lit. Okay. So you got Miami players trolling Terry right now, real time. Probably laughing at him on the Miami team. There's players trolling him right now on their Instagram and everything, saying, "All right, one catch, for negative 4 yards," and they all just laughing at him. So yeah, Terry's not doing too well. He might not come back. He might opt out, man. His draft stock is plummeting. Marvin Wilson might opt out too. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Don't be surprised if they opt out. It's a damn shame. Because you don't want to look like quitters, but you don't want to ruin your stock either. So I kind of understand. This opportunity, this is the only year that we're able to do this. So you always got to look out for number one, because the universities ain't gonna do that. So you got to look out for number one. So if it's an opportunity to slip out the back door before your draft stock go all the way tumbling to the goddamn floor, if it's a way to slide out of the responsibility of it, I'd do that. So I don't blame them if they opt out. I mean, we lost to Miami. We haven't showed improvement. Recruiting is at a damn near standstill. We got Robert Orr, but don't expect nothing until 2022 class really to make an impact like that. Where we can win 8 to 9 games and something like that. We just don't have the talent for it yet. So It's the harsh truth, but it's the truth. Okay, I just Googled this kid. Yeah, I found it honey fried. Shout out to the honey fried chicken cat, keeping it lit. Y'all do. When I created something about vision of this channel, I didn't plan all that. To get all this information to help the show from the chat. I just opened up the thing for Florida State fans to chop it up, and then now we're getting all types of information. It's crazy. Okay, quarterback for what's his name? What team we playing? Jacksonville. I don't even know their name. I'm scared of them. See what I'm Florida State. What are y'all doing? Oh God, Lord! Wait a minute. Okay, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Okay, this is the quarterback. Let's look at this guy. Okay, so this is holy hell. He got a goddamn. You know when they got a goddamn football card. You know what it is. You know when you see that football card. You know what it is. Look at the numbers. He got 14 touchdowns in 2 games. Leads the conference. 161.3 passing officials. 18 points per game. We can't score over 9. I think the 18 points probably just on him. I think the 18 just through him. That's not counting everything else. 9 yards per pass attempt. Oh, holy hell. Oh, he like to sling it up top. He a slang. Oh, holy hell. He like to slang it, y'all. 9 yards a pass. Bruh. Florida State, we in trouble. Not just, we lose this game, bruh. Bruh. Just prepare for y'all see all the heat and the hate I'm getting. Everybody chirping at TURNTTALLY right now. I was slagging their heads off season, and they mad. They're like, oh, it's our chance to get them back. You a hole, you an N, you a B. All that funny, dirty stuff, that don't affect me. Just laugh. If we was winning, those fake thugs and hooligans and you know what I'm saying, fake tough guys, they'd be quiet as a mouse right now. I don't give a damn. So in Florida State, but I'm telling y'all gonna get it worse. If Jacksonville State beat us, everybody gonna get it then. Y'all gonna be in my world. Believe and bruh, let me look at some highlights. See, but they gonna fire Odell because they're about to come into our house. Oh hell, holy hell. We might turn him. We might get the NFL scouts looking at him. He might use us as a platform. Remember that quarterback for North Carolina, that trash ass quarterback? Remember that quarterback for the Chicago Bears? What's his trash ass name? He played for North Carolina. He put up about 6 touchdowns on us, had about 500 yards passing.
Oh, you talking about Trubisky?
Yeah, that trash ass. And we all knew he was trash. But our defensive coordinator, Charles Kelly, was so trash. Man, you know what? Trubisky should pay Chip Kelly right now $20 million to say thank you for my career. That man, them NFL scouts wasn't getting over him like that till he played us. And look how sorry he is in the NFL. Look how sorry he is. He put up about 50 points for us in our house. He trashed you. And he got a first-round pick. Like top 10 or something. He trashed. Like the Chicago Bear fans hate that kid. They hate him. They know once the season starts, they know they ain't got a chance of going to a Super Bowl because they got Mr. Trubisky. What's up, Tim? Okay. You can kiss me on the camera, baby. No. You adults. Yeah, baby. Come on now. My wife looking good, y'all. She humble like that. She don't like showing off, but she put it at work. On this lockdown, she put it at work, stomach flat.
How to make a cocktail
I see you.
Again with 4 wides.
What's that? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, whatever. I got time. I can just walk over there. It's all right.
Okay, the meatballs.
I'm almost done anyway.
Meatballs are cooking in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So just leave it on, okay?
Oh, good. Got you.
All right, love you.
Love you. Okay, he ain't got no highlights. Of course. He gonna have some highlights on the ESPN on us. God damn. Let me see if I can find. I might have to go to his high school tape. I don't want to do that. He gotta have. Okay. Okay, I know what to do. What's their team name? Jacksonville State. Okay, I know what to do. I got you. And then we're gonna leave after this. I want to see this quarterback we got to face. Okay, so they played. It's Jacksonville State, right? It's Jacksonville State, right?
Yeah.
So Jacksonville State. Look at their schedule. They don't see ever. Okay, so they played. We their first game. Nobody knows how good they are yet.
Oh damn.
Oh, we ain't got no tape. We ain't got no tape. And you know what else? They had a whole month. You know they had a whole month to prepare for this game.
Yeah, man.
They done had a whole month to prepare for us. A whole month, and they got 2 weeks of tape. They got 2 weeks of tape. We have no tape. They got an awesome quarterback, obviously, and they had a month and a half to prepare for us. They coming to our house. This quarterback got of course, he got NFL aspirations. Look at the size of this kid. He got NFL aspirations, and he could have spent a month and a half sleeping and waking up Florida State. Probably got a Florida State coach in his house just to motivate him every day to lift them weights and work. He probably got Florida State round the calendar. Big old Seminole head right there. See? Man, goddamn, we in trouble. We ain't goddamn. We ain't covering that spread. We ain't covering the spread. That's obvious. We know, everybody know we ain't covering that 27-point spread. We just better hope we win by a point. 9 points. They average 8. You know he gonna be better. You know they gonna be better. 8. And they defense ain't even gotta be good. We scoring 9 points. They defense ain't even got. Miami defense was good. Their defense could be way worse than Miami, and they still could be good. Because they offense gonna put up points. That's the scary part. Their offense is guaranteed to put up points. Did you see the quarterback?
Oh yeah,
bro, he can run too. I can't find no tape. I'm getting scared. I can't find no tape. Okay, I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna go back 2 years ago. Okay. I can't find no. Okay, so let's go to 2019. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's go to Jacksonville State highlights. I'm gonna go back to YouTube. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We go back to 2019 because we know they're gonna be better than what they was. I think they was contending for the whole conference. Yeah, they was top. This is the top conference. Oh man, this is one of the top, if not the top team in that conference. Maybe that's why they did the whole. Holy crap! Has he been playing that long? Is that what's his name? Zary what? Zary Cooper now. Okay, so 2019, I should say. This month maybe. Okay, so that's just their practice. Oh, they got dudes in the Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville State football fall practice. I'm stalking the damn team. Jacksonville State. I got to get some information. Damn. 2019. Okay. Here we go. Jacksonville State. Okay, versus Eastern Kentucky. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's look at a little tape, y'all. Look at a little tape. I'll play some music in the background. This will be the last thing we watch, I promise. I got things to do. I got a lot of work today. A lot of work to do while y'all sleeping. Y'all gonna have a funny video for y'all tomorrow. Just know, hit that like button, baby. I put in work, man. All I ask is hit that like. Hit that like. Just watch the. Even if you don't watch the video, you don't feel like watching. Just click on it. Hit the like. Click off. Especially the first day. The first time you see it pop up to really help me. As soon as you see it, just click on it. Hit the like. You ain't gotta watch it. Just click on it like and watch it later. If you at work, you ain't. That'll help me. The first hour for growth is critical. So in the first time you see it come up, bam, hit the like. That'll help me out a lot, y'all. I work hard, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I be in this office more than around my kids, which I'm gonna try to slow that down. But you gotta feed the kids, man. They'll understand when they grow up. I feel guilty sometimes. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what he got, y'all. We're gonna call it a day. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Will. I appreciate that. Oh no, it's coming. Hopefully YouTube don't kick me off. Oh, okay, let's see. I want to see how fast he is. Why is it jumping like that? Okay, so they playing Eastern Kentucky here. He gonna be better. Hey, he gonna be better. He gonna be better. What's wrong with my damn internet? And y'all know he gonna be. And y'all know he gonna be better next season. This season, y'all know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do it, Davey. Oh shit! They got some big receivers too. They got big receivers too. They may not be. I don't know. Oh boy, they don't have problems scoring points, y'all. That's the one thing I don't know about their defense. The defense. Oh shit! They shut me up. Oh, and they holding them. It's a jailbreak.
Oh, damn.
Shit. And it was holding too. Eastern Kentucky, it was holding and still ain't couldn't stop it. Oh yeah, they playing with fire. I mean, boy. They play a weird defense. Maybe that was the way the offense was lined up. I don't know. What is that? What are they playing? What defense is that, y'all? It works though. It makes their average players look pretty good. As long as you can tackle well, they don't need all that other stuff. It's weird. Wow. Terry would have dropped that because he was scared to get hit. He ain't care.
Yeah, he would have dropped that.
He would have dropped that.
He probably wouldn't even put his hands up.
Nope. He don't want to get hit. The dude he's a passer. He really ain't no runner. I think that's worse for us because he can pass. I haven't seen nothing exciting, but he's better than the quarterback. Oh, he can run. Oh, Lord. I knew it. I saw his measurements. I knew it. He can run. 5-2-4. Thanks, Rose. That's what we should be in sometimes. Yeah, play man and 5-2-4. Shit. But I don't think our dudes can. I don't think our dudes can man up. Akeem Dick was getting burnt. Akeem Dick getting burnt out there. We only got one good corner. Oh my God, who is that? I hope he went to the NFL. I hope Eddie Foles in the NFL. I just want to say that. Oh Lord, look at that throw. Oh, holy hell, bruh. And we ain't got no pressure to. Bruh, he ain't got no pressure to come in. And we got to look at this tall, Statue of Liberty standing in the pocket, just standing up. He tall. Like he made, hey, I think this kid better than hey, I'll take this kid over Derek King, y'all. Hey, I'll take Ken Watch, my best man at my wedding. Shout out to Ken Watch. He over there trolling me on Facebook as I'm going live. He been trolling, he's a Mississippi fan. He been trolling me for goddamn about 4 years, man. Y'all still suck. he my best man at my wedding. He been trolling me for 4 years. He been clowning on us. He a Florida State hater though. He's like, he mad that we got championships and all that attention. He, you know, it's the same. It's just jealousy. But we have fun. We have fun. He was mad when we got their ass at Mississippi. That night in Mississippi, that game 1 with Francois when we came back on them. Boy, he was sick that night. When we had, I think we still had. No, yeah, we was behind, and we came back. James get at halftime. Yeah, he was sick. He was sick on that game. That was the one time I got a chance to talk, you know, trash back to him. That was the one opportunity. 335. Oh, 335. Yeah, Damien, what kind of question is that? We ain't animals. What are you talking? The whole world use carpet. What are you talking about? Oh, usually use. They use everything. Like our house got all of that, except probably hardwood. But I see a lot of houses with hardwood. Houses ain't no different. House to house. You got like people. I'm just gonna play this out. Hard messing up my money. I got nothing. I'm giving y'all. Y'all just hit that like button. It's on back to me. Oh, good God, man. You got 84 again? 84? I hope your ass opt out. Please opt out, 84. Opt out, bruh. Opt out, 80. I don't want to see 84, okay? I don't want to see 84. This quarter, look at him. Look at Derek Cook. Oh, my God. This is what we playing next week, y'all. We supposed to beat them by 30 points. We can't score 9, but we supposed to beat them by 30. I mean, I'm sorry, we can't score 10. We averaging 9 points a game. Oh, my God. He's only the best quarterback in the conference, and their team's probably like one of the top, if not the best team in their conference last season. So we got a second year of him to deal with. Okay? Sleep tight. Sleep tight, Florida State. But you know what? But it's all right, one dub. It's all right, one dub. They're going to fire Odell. Everything's going to be fine again. Hey, y'all, they going to fire Odell, y'all. Y'all prepare yourself. There might be some people, fans, with pitchforks and everything. It might be some. It's going to be a lot of Florida State fans that probably might just switch teams with that one. But it's already a few of those already that was mad with Willie. It's going to be a lot more people mad with Odell.
Oh, yeah.
But they have to do it. They have to. That's the beauty of it. I'm glad they call it. They have to, because the only other option is to point at who? Themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to fire Odell. I understand. I get it. I know the game. I know the game is dirty. But they're gonna have to. That's just what it is. All right, man. I'm gonna get on and watch this. I gotta get to work. I gotta make this video. I'm supposed to be inviting my neighbor over to watch this this comedy show called The Presidential Debate. We're gonna sit there and laugh, like eat popcorn, he say. And then I gotta make this video. So tomorrow when the video drop, y'all, even if y'all ain't watching it right away, just hit the like button. Just click on it, hit the like, because the first few hours are critical for them. That's your biggest growth. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. One dub. As always, enjoy, man. We'll link up again.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. So we ain't doing it Thursday. We ain't doing it Thursday. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do Thursday night NFL. If y'all want to watch the Thursday NFL game with me, I tell you this: if I wasn't going live doing this to network, I probably wouldn't even watch half these games. So, but I had a little fun watching the last one with the Saints and the Packers. That was fun. I forgot who playing this week, but I'm definitely going to be trying to go live more with NFL and other sports. I'm trying to branch out. I'm gonna try and get every Florida State basketball game, but I know I won't be able to because some teams we played, they'd be like, blacked out for sure. But I'm gonna try to do all of the Florida State games. But so this week I'm gonna do Thursday night NFL. We're gonna have a video for y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna do Friday with Van smoke session, and then Saturday the Florida State game. And I might Sunday, because I ain't really full back to work yet. So Sunday I might do. So I got a lot of time to burn. And Sunday I might just do a stream every day. Sunday I might do. The Bucks. That's my team. The Bucks play I think the Chargers. So I just do that live. I have to get up at 4 a.m. But you know what? Whatever. It ain't hard work watching the game. When I do a stream watching the game, it ain't hard. I'm just sitting there really just talking to y'all watching the game. It ain't like when today is work. Like I couldn't do this every day. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Always a pleasure. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you later, man. I'll play this out. And just keep your head up. I mean, enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride because you don't know how long it's gonna last. We was already crying about not even having a season. So just be grateful you got football. I know it's rough, but think about if you didn't have football in the first place to even cry about. You'd be bored to hell. You'll be mad, right? So just be grateful about things. The more grateful you are in life, the more happy you'll be. Let's go. Keep it going. Let's go. Peace, y'all. Thanks for joining. We'll put this music on. Thanks for joining me, y'all.
Yeah.
Every day, keep my tempo man up, multiple products clay. I'm a beast with it, cuz took the leave I vow. Cutting hairs a no-no, slap the hell out of Delilah for touching my front. Battle ready, let the wilderness up and rain. I'm Davis High, ranking Army Commander, TK clan. Killing horrors hanging in from the rooter to the tutor. What more can I say? We bloodthirsty in the clans of Judah. And y'all will trust, resurrected me from the dust. Death to the unjust, and I don't give a I will on your hour patiently fight the flesh of sin. Laughing at the downfall of my enemies' recompense. I follow the Torah teacher, but he didn't walk on water. He got the Torah and stayed in the ark like Noah. My portion is rapping these laws. Fat but still hungry like September. On my tip of Judah, call Moshe boss. You haters hold the LC and red like Esau. Yahweh Almighty, I firmly established before him. A Jew was from the dry bones, a diadem. You stagnant in the water, I call you retard. My grandfather Abraham, brother Manzalay, this beat go hard. I love my neighbor, y'all should want to live near me. Feel it in the living world for sure. Do you feel it? You said the old pillars, no one iller. Forget the bloods and crips, I war with a gang of cold hand killers. Made white for dating in the tigers. To hear your Howard words again, please make sure you do this. Keep the beat on repeat. Get it hot, beat on repeat. The beat on repeat. I cross over Israelite, elite rocket, bring the heat. Put the beat on repeat, yeah. Play this hot, beat on repeat. Put the beat on repeat. Got the fake color for help while I'm yelling no peace. He sets me all pillars, throws you in a panic. I feel like Nas in this proud Israelite illmatic. Reaping what I sow, so from my brow and toil. Yahweh keeps my hair wet from his sacred oil. The vows that fast meditating in the deep ocean. Devotion blessed temple building, that's my portion. You see my daily, you can feel it in the treble. I'm feeling his comfort, he glorified his name forever. Yahweh fills up all voice like a swarm. I never run on any because I keep a showman war. Keep the beat on repeat. I'm bringing folk in this ride to your goddamn street. Nothing new under the sun. I'm in the garden of Eden, hitting his ganja leaves. Cause what one? Now it's just given to the meek. Abundant to all nonsense, it's only his face that I seek. They send my rhymes full of wisdom and I teach. Yahweh said in prophecy, make way for me to preach. 40 days and 40 nights. Yahweh gave me a pen and his heavenly inspired words to recite. It's my birthright. Regurgitating the scrolls to win the inner fight. Table full of diamonds and all. Jewels and precious rubies given to me and I'm about to ball. Yahweh said he got me, y'all. I'm the sanctuary of Yahweh. Comparing servants and apostles that crawl. I'm a pig sent from the holies 4 cubits tall. Keep the beat on repeat. Play this hot beat on repeat. The beat on repeat. Across all the Israelite elite, watch me bring the heat. Across all the Israelite elite, watch me bring the heat. The beat on repeat, yeah. Play this hot beat on repeat. The beat on repeat. Got the fake color for him while I'm milling the